if I stopped taking my medication, I would die. Literally, I would die.
Right.
I might die with my medication, but I have less of a chance of dying with my medication. So what should I do?
Right.
If I don't take
one
it?
more question, just one more question. Have your doctors, besides
She asked you a
medication,
question, Sugar.
No, she asked you a question.
I will answer, and I will answer. But have your doctors, besides giving you medications, offered any non-medication treatments to you? Or yeah.
Yes.
Right, now answer her question.
I don't know. I need. Well, she's maybe already doing some of the things I would.
No, well, why don't you tell her? Why don't you tell her what she should be doing, and we'll see if they correlate.
Where Western medicine is at on this. So, like, what treatments besides medication?
Sugar, fuck off, Sugar. She asked you what she should do rather than take the medication she's prescribed.
Yeah, Sugar, you know the answer.
I want to know what complementary things her doctors have said that
who cares? Just answer. Doesn't matter.
Right. So
she wants to know what you're saying she should do rather than take the 15 medications she's prescribed.
See, Marco, this is.
I refuse.
Yeah, you're not going to answer because you don't. Because Marco, you don't.
You don't know shit.
No, you're a liar, Marco. This is what it is. You're someone playing pretend on the internet that they have some sort of knowledge on a subject, which you don't, right?
You guys
That's fine,
think
right?
that I'm like trying to trap her or trick her or something? I'm not.
You are. Well, why can't you answer the question then? It's not a trap or a trick. It's just simply pointing out, right, the hypocrisy of you not knowing anything. You just don't want to answer the question, so you're obfuscating and asking your own. It's a classic tactic.
I don't want to answer it yet. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to offer this girl medical advice.
Well, hear about
you claimed victory, Marco.
Right. Now, Marco, let's just ask you something. Marco, can you repeat the condition that she had?
She had some rare genetic nerve cancer tumors.
Right. And what did she say? And what did that cause?
She had got a tumor in her nerves.
Yeah, and tell her how she should fix that with your methods.
Well, I mean, obviously, this is a very serious condition, and there's some medicines she should probably take. But 15.
Yeah, but how would you do
I think we would all agree that 15 is too much. And then also, I want to
you tell her how she should deal with it.
Her doctors have taught her.
Yeah, but you asked me how many medications I take in general, not for this problem. So not all my medications are. I'm not taking 15 medications for my genetic disorder. I'm sure.
I'm sure they're giving you medications for a myriad of issues. I'm sure. But no. So besides medications, what treatments have your doctors offered you that don't involve medications?
What's that got to do with you answering the question?
Tell me what you would do, and I'll tell you if I'm doing them to complement my medicine.
Because offer you medical advice,
and this is because Fia, he can't. He doesn't know anything. Like he lies about knowing anything about the diet. Like he lies about being on the ketogenic diet. Like he lies about what he eats on a daily basis. Like he lies about his body fat percentage.
He's on keto?
He doesn't. Well, he's
no.
Yeah, here we go.
Wait. This is a whole new thing. Oh no, wait.
Oh, he's by the way, he's a ketogenic expert who's been on the diet for at least 4 years.
And has
my dad did that diet. I know quite a bit about it. I also know how unhealthy it is. Would you like to tell me the health benefits?
This is all slanderous mischaracterizations, Fia. Truly. Fia.
Why don't you tell her the health benefits of the ketogenic diet, please?
I know. So far, they've been proven right. You haven't really told me much.
Why are you so reluctant to mention any other treatments your doctors have given you that don't involve medicine? I don't understand.
Because you're using that as a tactic for actually giving any sort of knowledge on the subject.
I told you. Really something you would do, and then I'll tell you if I'm already doing it to complement what my.
Have you noticed how he hasn't answered a single question so far?
I don't know the specifics of your medicine or your condition or whatever. I don't.
You pretended like you knew. You pretended like you knew when you claimed victory, Marco. You pretended like you knew when you claimed victory and said you rest your case, right?
I can't have a good discussion.
Right, Marco? Right, Marco?
People. It's just
you can't
right, Marco?
Because you know nothing about it. You can't have a discussion about this because you're a lying hack.
It's just people.
You're a shill for a business that you know nothing about, right? You can't have an honest discussion because you're a dishonest person that isn't actually serious about this.
Substance.
You're a liar. Every facet of your life is a fucking sham, right? Now, why don't you answer her question, or why don't you retract from the server and just sit there and listen to your betters talk?
It's like a lot of personal aggression. How about love?
Yeah, it's personal because you lie.
How about love?
Right, you want to start with one of my recommendations, Mia? How about love? How about compassion for other people?
So that's how she should deal with the tumors growing on her nerve endings, is love and compassion, people.
My treatments. That's one of my treatments that I offer you, Fia. You know, every day.
You're a sick fuck,
I'm very
Marco.
loving and compassionate
How
towards
you can
many
be a little bit
people.
more compassionate and a little bit
JJ
more.
jerking off to this
I
would be
saved a
less
turtle
harmful than what
today.
you're doing at the moment, Sugar.
Awesome! Oh my god, that's
I
amazing.
agree.
Yeah, you saved a
If I
turtle.
could
How did
hear
you save a
his
turtle?
fucking hand clap,
Just healed a nerve with that turtle.
right, there would be more
all my
use of
nerves
JJ
went
clap
away
his
when I
fat
saved that
thighs
turtle,
together than
guys.
you talk.
Look, okay, I've offered you one treatment. All right, that's
What was the
very
treatment again?
holistic,
Let's just hear that
very-
treatment again. This groundbreaking treatment you're offering.
Love.
again.
Love and care.
Love.
Love?
Offering,
Okay,
yeah,
the
opening
love
yourself up
treatment.
to
What
No
compassion
one,
and
no
love.
one who's loved or loves anyone dies. Did you know that? You're immortal when you love someone or someone loves you. Everyone. No one's lost
Passionate
a
love.
loved
Sugar,
one.
did you not love your mother? Because
Yeah, you must
she
not have
seems
loved
dead.
your mom, Sugar.
Right.
What was that about?
Did you hate your mother? Sugar? She's fairly dead at the moment, I'm sure.
Guys,
Love is very powerful. Very powerful.
Not that powerful. She's brown bread.
Yeah, this is why
Guys.
I really opened myself up to love and compassion. And that's why I'm so much more vibrant than a lot of people in here right now. And
It's flamboyant.
Vibrant.
But you're
Or
so
camp.
stale.
The word is
I
camp.
mean, I don't know, Sugar. I'm very loving and caring. I'm a very out there person. I make a lot of friends and I save a lot of animals. I have a lot of pets. I care about the world.
all right.
So
Well,
why do I still
I had to
have
offer one.
Right,
Why
why
does she still have nerves
Stop
that are
interrupting.
growing tumors,
100.
Sugar?
You said I just had to offer
Okay, so
one.
love isn't working. Love
And
isn't
I don't
working on her
think- I
tumors.
don't
What's the
think,
next?
that you need more
course
love
of
and
action?
compassion.
What's your
But
next prescription,
Ray and
doctor?
JJ, Ray and JJ also have health issues, and they need love and
No,
compassion.
I'm fitter than you. I'm physically more dominant than you, and I'm
Very
smarter than you.
bitter. They're obviously very much pent up anger towards the
I'm
world.
funnier than
I
you.
don't know.
I have better
Not
command of
many
the
people
microphone
with
than you. I've
health
had more
problems
successful
are
relationships
very
than you.
happy.
See, you hear
Like,
this?
you
I
seem
mean,
to
you
say
hear all
you're
this
so
really
healthy and
negative.
happy, and that's a
In
privilege.
every
because you're
metric
so
possible,
healthy, as you
I am a
say,
better
like,
human being than you.
You hear all this very negative, critical thinking via, can eat you up inside. It
Oh,
can
it's not
Sugar,
negative.
but-
I'm great.
destroy
Hold on,
your
but
soul
Sugar,
and
have
cause
you ever
disease.
thought that you hold a certain privilege by saying that you're so healthy and happy, whereas most people with health
Right.
problems, like myself
No.
or everybody else, doesn't
Notice,
get that
Fia-
privilege to be healthy and happy because we're
Oh,
suffering
oh,
constantly.
You didn't hear the best part, Fia. I once had a disease.
He had
Very,
a
very
panic
bad.
disorder
You
because his
can't
mom
get rid
died.
of HIV, buddy. It just gets worse.
Fia, I was crippled by mental illness for many years. Crippled.
Still
Oh
are.
my
Save yourself.
gosh. Is he really going to go now? He's going to start calling it crippled?
Psychiatrist
Sugar,
once told me that I
Sugar,
would
can you work
never
on
be
curing
cured.
yourself of being retarded? Is that something you could eat your way out of?
They said I'd never be cured. They said I'd never be cured, and that the rest of my life I would be crippled by mental.
Yeah, they
Wait,
were right.
I'm sorry. A
You are.
psychiatrist said you
Man.
would never be cured of what?
Anxiety.
Of-
Anxiety.
Anxiety. You would
Panic
never be cured of
disorder.
anxiety.
Treatment-resistant depression because the drugs didn't work. That's what they
I'm
call it.
sorry. Anxiety and depression aren't the same thing. Also, did you try and take medication for it?
You guys are all
Oh,
being milk cucks.
I
He
said
still
anxiety.
does. He still takes anxiety medication for it. He just
I
recently
haven't
did like a
taken
month ago.
I haven't taken any medication for 3 years.
And how long?
Yes, I did all of it.
Liar! You're lying.
You
Oof.
took a medication this year. Which one was it? Which one was it that you took?
Whoa. Yeah,
Clozapam.
one medication. Jesus Christ, one
But
day.
you said
I mean,
none.
come
But
on.
you said none in 3 years. So
I'm talking about
I know,
daily.
dude. I have depression. I have
But that's
anxiety. I
not
take
what you
medication
said.
for it, and it helps a lot. I also take CBD oil for it, and it helps a lot.
Obviously,
Sometimes
nothing
you need
you're
pills
doing
to
is helping a
complement
lot.
other
You
stuff.
are a literal mess. You are have 15 drugs a day.
Fuck you,
literally-
Marco. Fuck you, Marco. Fuck you.
Oh, see?
No, you can say it.
Congratulations.
I really can't imagine the pain that you're in. I'm so
Notice
sorry.
how instead of giving your
offer out
advice,
my love
just gonna,
and
now
compassion.
I just want you guys to reflect on this. I want you to reflect on this, Marco. Instead of giving your advice, you had the opportunity to help this person, right? You say you want to help people. Instead of helping her, you didn't do that. You told her, right, that she was a mess. Now, does that sound like love, Marco, to you?
Well,
Or
she
you?
just acted like taking his antidepressants were making her
Well,
life.
why aren't you giving her
I
the
had to
actual
shut
advice
that
then? You're
down.
giving.
Yeah, I
Listen.
had to shut that down.
Why don't you give her
Like,
more advice now? Come on, let's go to the next round of advice.
You're a sadist, my
Love?
friend.
Great.
I mean, I encourage your argument because I said I take CBD oil, which is natural for my depression and anxiety, but I also take medication. So right there,
Great.
you
So
could have
I'm
gotten
just
to your
still- I'm
argument,
still
but instead
fishing.
you insulted me.
I'm still
You're
fishing for
fishing.
any treatments. I'm still fishing for any treatments you do that don't involve medication. And you said your doctor did prescribe you some.
I told you, tell me some treatments you think would help me.
I just
and
offered
say,
you one.
yes,
I just
do
said
them, or no, I
cultivating
haven't tried
love
that
and
yet.
compassion, which doesn't seem great for you, but for other people in the room,
Your-
I think would be
your-
really great.
Okay,
Your
but
prescription
specific-
is more love, Fia.
I can
This
keep
is
giving
love.
you. I can keep giving you general holistic
Fucking
treatments.
asshole.
Keep on giving those.
Give
Keep
me
go through
general
the
holistic things
whole
that you think
list.
would help my tumors.
Why
Yeah,
are
how's
you
she gonna shrink
why
those
are you
tumors, sugar?
refusing to say? Why are you refusing to talk about any treatments that don't involve drugs? I mean,
Because
the
we're
most
waiting
basic
for
one.
you.
I'm
We
not.
waiting
I'm
for
literally
you.
telling you. Give me.
You said
treatment.
that I just had to give you one, and I did. So now give me one. What
Love
is
is not a
one that you
treatment.
found?
No.
I never said give me one. I said give me treatments that
You
you
said give me. This is verbatim.
Would
Came
you-
out of your mouth. Give me one, and I'll
Okay.
give you one.
Well, you
No.
misheard,
We're
sugar.
not talking about you at the hookup spot on 5th and Main.
Okay, first off, what you just
I give
spouted
you
is
one.
not
Hold
a
up your end of the
treatment.
bargain. Give me
Okay,
one.
for what
There's
you
no
just
bargain,
spouted is not
Marco.
a treatment. What treatment regimen? What
No,
holistic
let's not
treatment
go into
regimen
that,
are
Molly.
you going to suggest for her?
He suggested more love.
Very happy to give more, but I need to know.
Yes,
what
just give
she's
No, you
more.
don't.
I need to know what she's already doing. I need to know one
No,
No,
treatment.
you don't. No, you
you
don't.
don't.
You don't need to know
No,
what she's
you
already
don't.
doing to tell her what you think she should be doing, asshole.
Is there a natural
No, you
cure
don't.
for overly nasal voice syndrome?
Yeah, but it's
Just
not
tell
legal in the
her,
States.
Marco, just tell her what you think she should be doing. That's all you need to do.
No, this was dishonest. She said she'd give me one, and
It's not dishonest.
No, she did not. No, she did
Now
not.
you're just avoiding doing what you said you were going to do. You can fuck off, sugar.
Well, if you think she's dishonest, sugar, how about you just build like a steel man of her case, right? Say that she doesn't know this is the first time she's walked into your office, and she just told you about these tumors. So what would you do, love? What would be the next one?
We got to get these medications down. These medications.
Well, she's not taking any.
Fuck off.
We built a
Fuck
different
off.
character now. It's a
Alright,
different
fine.
hypothetical.
You want another treatment recommendation? You need to start getting these medications down. If you're taking 15 medications a day, that's a death sentence. You will die.
Okay.
No, these
You will
medications
die.
Right, so again,
horrible.
useless.
So
Okay,
Marco,
what's the next one, sugar? What's the
Marco,
next?
right? You don't need to know what she's doing to prescribe her things, to tell her what she should be doing.
15 medications, my friend, and I offer you this with all
Okay,
the love.
moving on. Moving on.
Yeah, next one. What's
What
next?
else?
How is she going to cure these tumors?
Should she get an
Horrible
earthing
death.
pad? Should she get an earthing
Oh my
pad?
God. She should actually.
Okay,
Earthing, so we
there's
got
another
love,
treatment.
Not taking medication, earthing pads, treatment. Okay, next. What else?
What the
She
fuck
How
is
about
an
some,
earthing?
She should eat a really good diet. She should eat a really
Good diet, the
diet.
best diet. Just eat the best
Okay.
foods, buddy.
And also, don't sleep with your router anywhere near your bed. Don't do.
In order
Get
to
some-
get these medications down, I would look into some complementary naturopathic treatments.
Like what?
Like what?
Name one.
Thank you. Ray.
Hopefully what you'd be able to do. So, like me, when I was getting off my medications, I use supplements instead.
No, talk about
that were
her.
very effective.
No, talk about her. Her tumors. Her nerve tumors.
I
Talk
stopped
about
taking Prozac, I stopped
therapy?
taking Xanax, and instead I was taking stuff like
Yeah, that's you. That's you're not her. So what's she
turmeric.
gonna start eating? Okay, right. So what's she gonna start eating to
Turmeric.
alleviate?
He
these
says you should have
tumors?
some more turmeric.
and probiotics.
You should
fish
eat some
oil.
yogurt and some turmeric.
No, we want
That's
less.
Probiotics.
No, we want less tumors, JJ.
The herbal supplements. I mean,
turmeric.
literally, just go to a Whole Foods. Go to a Whole Foods. Go to
I
their
need to start
health
taking
aisle.
Whole
How about
Foods.
you tell
Go
her?
to Whole Foods. Go to their health aisle.
Have an
They
avocado,
natural
yes, eat
supplements.
some
They have
pumpkin seeds,
very
we get it.
powerful natural supplements for everything.
Sugar, I got a
But
question.
Have you tried
got
aloe
a
vera for your tumors?
Hey, what up, Drag?
Hold on, I got
his
a
ass.
question for Sugar's
The
poison.
illustrious
So-
Dragnut?
Dragnut,
what
we got a
is-
real fucking dummy in the room at the moment.
Well, I've
it's-
listened to him
fuck
before.
me, you're gonna
People were
love
telling
him.
me about him. So I'm curious. So if you're prescribing these herbal medicines, what's the mechanism of action for these medicines that you're subscribing?
I'm not derailing and getting into all this. I'm not a naturopath.
Well, you just said that you recommend it, right?
Oh
I
shit.
do. I absolutely
Okay,
do. I recommend
cool.
it. I'm
Then
not
what's
a
the mechanism
naturopathic
of
doctor, though. I can't tell you the mechanism of action. I couldn't tell you the mechanism of action of a Klonopin. I couldn't tell you the mechanism of action of a.
Then why would you tell people not to take it?
So
Ah,
why-
don't need
shit.
to know the mechanism of action to tell people not to take a drug. Okay?
Actually, yeah. So I'll give you a perfect example. You ever heard of B17?
No.
Okay, cool. So there are people like you who actually promote this idea of eating apricot seeds.
You know,
as
there's
an
many
alternative
drugs they don't
to-
know.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I'll give you an example. Let me finish, dude.
SSRI.
Let me finish. Okay, cool.
Hey,
That's
hold on.
awesome. Let me
You're gonna
let
get
me
moderated,
finish.
sugar.
I'm going to
Careful,
give you.
bud.
So check it out. So there's certain folks who say, you know what? Don't do chemotherapy. and none of that stuff. Just take B17. These pills, they come from a molecule called amygdalin. It's in apricot seeds. It's cool. It's going to cure you. You're going to get rid of all your tumors. What that actually does is that there's something called a nitrile group. It's a carbon triple bound to a nitrogen. What happens is when you eat that, once you consume it, it goes down and your liver produces an enzyme called rhodinase. That rhodinase cleaves off that nitrile group and turns into something called thiocyanate. That thiocyanate is a metabolite that is poison to you, and it actually acts as a competitive inhibitor that prevents cellular respiration. It kills you, essentially, in certain dosages. So yes, you do actually have to understand the mechanism of action if you're going to tell someone not to consume that product. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever taken Tylenol before?
Yes.
Do you know the mechanism of action of Tylenol?
I can't say that I do offhand. Do you want me to go find out?
Oh, that's right, because they don't know the mechanism of action of Tylenol.
Really? So I can't go.
We're talking about ibuprofen, you fucking retard, and they still mostly know it. We've already been through this before, sugar. It's not Tylenol, it's ibuprofen.
Wait, look, why does him not knowing the mechanism of action entail that there is
Because his whole argument was you need to know the mechanism of action to take a fucking medication. Suck a dick, you fucking bitch.
Relax. Him not knowing the mechanism of action doesn't entail that there is no mechanism of action.
Look in the general chat.
So this is the mechanism of action for acetaminophen.
Could I just get a response?
We're talking about Tylenol.
It creates...
Hogan, just go for
it creates
talking about Tylenol. No one brought up
called
ibuprofen.
cyclogenase 3,
No one
which
brought up
coats
ibuprofen.
nerves and makes lowers their interaction rate with peripheral nerves.
All right, there needs to be like some moderation on sugar when he just fucking.
Well, there should be some, yes.
So yeah, I just looked it up, and yeah, I'm looking at cyclooxygenase 3 right now, and it looks like it just reduces the levels of prostaglandin metabolites.
Tylenol, mechanism of action unknown.
That's okay. You do know that we're talking about acetaminophen, right?
Yeah, unknown.
Okay, I'm literally looking at a study right now.
Wait, but it's not
literally posted in chat that it's unknown.
No,
You fucking piece of shit.
Look, click on the link.
Just because you posted something doesn't mean it. Yeah.
Click on the link, Claire.
Well,
he's
also
demonstrably
wrong. Here's the mechanism of action written out for you, right there.
This is all lies.
Sugar's getting
Of course it is.
Acetaminophen, also
And
known as
poison wins
paracetamol,
the
is
argument.
a non-steroidal
This is very-
anti-inflammatory drug with potent antipyretic and analgesic actions, but with very weak anti-inflammatory activity. When administered to humans, it reduces levels of prostaglandin metabolites in urine, but does not reduce synthesis of prostaglandins by blood platelets or by the stomach mucosa. Sounds like a mechanism to me. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I had too much coffee this morning or something.
Read through it one more time. You might
What
understand
source
it.
do you need for this? Is WebMD good enough?
Why are you not responding to
We're
what I just read to
linking
you?
published
Everyone in the
studies.
medical
You want to link
community knows that
WebMD.
acetaminophen inspection,
I don't know, is it
the
that?
mechanism of action is unknown, and you're sitting here acting like it's known. I don't understand.
This study
What
is
known?
suggesting that the mechanism of action involves cyclooxygenase 3. Okay, so it's clearly suggesting there is a mechanism of action that can be understood.
Cyclooxygenase?
Whatever the fuck. Look, the point being, there clearly is suggestion of a mechanism being known. Now, do you have a reason to think that the
Why is Pogan here?
long story?
Oh, here, okay,
Shut up,
right
Josh.
here right here is a great article. Here right here is an incredible article from the scientist. The mechanism of action of lots of these drugs. And I quote, Peter Imie, a pharmaceutical chemist.
Taking Western medicine. I recommend aloe vera leaves on your tumors.
Be douche.
For erectile dysfunction, I need you to get on an earthy pad, a
Peter-
taser, and a picture
Peter
of David
Imie-
Wolf.
Wait,
Peter Imie, a pharmaceutical chemist at the Martin Luther University of Halle-Wittenberg in Germany, told the scientist if we threw out all the drugs for which we do not know the molecular mechanism, we wouldn't be left with a lot. Wow. Wow.
Well, you know what? That statement may be correct, But it's got nothing to do
It
with
is
whether or not we
correct.
know what it is that makes acetaminophen
And I
or
win an argument
work.
against 10 people, and you guys learned something.
Look at the
Well,
caption.
yeah,
Sure,
it's
sure.
easy to win an argument when you just lie and talk shit out
Look
your
at the
ass.
How is that a lie? Look in the
What
chat.
talking
How is
about?
that a lie? How is anything I just said a lie?
How is that a lie?
Because it's massively misrepresented because you're a dumb fuck.
Look
So
at
I'm
the
supposed to
caption.
believe you? I'm supposed to believe you over
Look at
Peter
the
Inning, a
caption.
pharmaceutical chemist?
Holy hell.
I don't think you know what the fuck he was actually saying because you're a dipshit moron.
I mean, the quote is clear as day. If we threw
That's
out all the
redundant,
drugs for which we do not know the
Yeah, I
molecular
know, but so is every other word out of his
Why?
goddamn
That's
mouth.
true.
So,
That's
so
fair.
I'm just
you're
gonna-
basically putting forward a statement from some guy, and I'd like to point out that the caption for the article reads, "quote Scientists still don't know exactly how some commonly used drugs work. Here's a look at three compounds, and you're
Wrinkle
suggesting
push, cut it out.
So you're suggesting that this is reason to think the majority of drugs, right, their mechanisms of action are not understood. That's your suggestion.
chemist right there says that if we threw out all the
It's
drugs for
one
which we do not know the
guy.
molecular
Just a
mechanism,
statement
we
from
wouldn't
some
be left with a lot. He doesn't
Look,
say
you
if
were
we
trying
threw out
to
all the
suggest
drugs,
that the mechanism for acetaminophen is not understood, and we gave you the
we
mechanism.
don't know SSRIs either. We don't know SNRIs
Why
either.
are you
throw all those
why
out.
are you shifting to
We know exactly the mechanism of SSRI. In the fucking name.
Question then. Let me ask you a simple question then.
Keep him on one point. Keep him on one.
You
Let me ask
made the
you a simple
claim.
question.
Shut the fuck up. You made the claim that the mechanism of action for acetaminophen was not understood. We shared an article describing to you what the mechanism of action for acetaminophen is. Do you retract your claim?
What are you talking about?
What part of that was unclear?
He doesn't know where we are.
Acetylene, another drug is mechanism of scientists.
Are you
going
to answer my question?
He can't because he's an idiot.
Right there that the mechanism they don't completely
Are
understand.
you going to answer my question?
The article says they understand it. It's clearly I'm reading it right there.
The question.
I refute that the article says we understand mechanism of action.
Yes or no?
You didn't ask a yes or no question.
Yes, I did. I asked if you were going to retract your claim. Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so you're being dishonest. We gave you the mechanism of action for acetaminophen. Everybody fucking heard it. The link to that study is in general chat for everyone else to access. Why are you lying?
Because he's an idiot. He's
Like
dishonest.
many drugs, acetaminophen may exert its therapeutic effects through multiple mechanisms.
Acetaminophen.
I think it's acetaminophen, isn't it?
Whatever.
Depends on where
I
you're
don't care if it's tickle your cock with a feather. It still fucking matters.
Okay, so for every explanation they've tried to come up for its therapeutic benefits so far, other research disputes the findings.
It's
It
just
says
fucking
it's right in the
rambling.
article.
Like none of this has to do with whether or
No.
not the mechanism for acetaminophen is known. Again,
Yes,
we gave you
for
the
every
study.
hypothesis
We
you
gave
come
you the
up with.
study for acetaminophen's mechanism of action. It was read out loud to you, and you can read it by clicking the link in general chat. So your claim that we don't understand, the mechanism of action is false. Now, you refusing to retract that claim in light of this evidence is dishonest.
Other research disputes these findings, however.
Do you have a reason to
It says
think
it right
that
there.
the
The
is
reason
wrong?
it's unknown is because there's
Do
conflicting
you have a
evidence.
reason to think that the study we shared is wrong?
Yes, because
the
it
reason?
clearly says right here in the scientist that for every
So
every
one guy's
step-
statement is your justification for throwing out a scientific study? Are you a
No,
fucking
they
retard?
linked every study in the article. The
I'm
evidence
looking-
that was found
actually-
is linked. The counter research is linked. That's why
Let me
it's an
ask the
honest
same
article.
question again since
Hold
you
on
ignored
for
it, right?
just a second. Hold on just for a second, because what
I'm
he's
gonna
talking
explode
about.
if I don't finish this
Go ahead.
statement.
Go ahead, Pogan.
Again, one guy's statement is not going to be justification to toss out an entire scientific study, especially since he's not speaking directly with reference to the study. Now, do you
The article linked the current relevant studies, Pogan.
Shut
Why
up.
are you so
Let
frustrated?
him finish,
Shut up.
sugar.
Do you have a justification that is actually legitimate when you say you're not going to accept the findings of this study?
Yes.
What
the most relevant data we have on its mechanism of action is disputed by other research, linked in the article.
Can you share the links to those studies that refute the findings of the study we shared?
Yeah.
Go. Link them. Dragnot, you can go ahead and speak if you like.
So what he's actually saying, that what he thinks refutes the acetaminophen thing is the second part here, because if you actually read it, says TRPA1 is a cell receptor. That's being refuted as an alternative way that it offers an analgesic effect. What's not in contention is its effect on COX-2. So he's saying that this has been refuted. No, that second part of TRPA1, that's in dispute, not the first one. So if he actually sat down and read it, he would have seen that, no, that first part at no point in time is in refutation. Actually, I found 2 additional sources that talks about the prostaglandin and COX-2. So I would love for him to show that that's being refuted.
Drake, he's really fucking dumb, buddy. I mean,
I see that. Like, it's clear.
Dog shit
Is that
stupid.
referring to the anti-inflammatory effect or the analgesic effect?
This is like pulling teeth. Okay, when it comes to acetaminophen,
What do you recommend for pulling teeth? Turmeric?
Acetaminophen. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns. Okay,
This
it's not,
fucking article refutes your own claim. Quote, Peter Seidman, quote.
Yeah, the body's
quote,
magical. It's mystical. You're gonna just retract to. We don't know a lot about stuff. Space science bullshit again.
Yeah, trees are very mysterious also.
Trees explode. All that gay shit
Peter
you talk about.
Zeigman and his colleague Edward Hogstad at Lund
Hey, you know what?
University
You guys-
are
hey,
among
you guys
the
keep
experts
trusting-
writing another acetaminophen chapter. They study acetaminophen
Look, you know what?
metabolites and
You know
their
what?
effects on the
Fine.
central nervous
You guys
system.
keep
One
trusting-
metabolite, AM404, appears to act on COX enzymes as well as on the endocannabinoid system, both of which are involved in pain pathways. During the past 5 years, Zygmunt and his collaborators have reported that acetaminophen activates 2 different ion channels in the brain and spinal cord.
I gotta ask a really important question. Just an extremely important question.
Can I
For the
finish?
article
Can I finish
that-
my statement?
No, you really can't. This is so important. I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry. For the article that Sugar linked, what is the name of the journal that was published in again? I couldn't find it
It's not stated.
because it's not published in a fucking journal.
Bingo.
But we don't even have to. We can get into that in a second, right? But the
It
point
mentions Reese Witherspoon in it, so it's kosher for
in
sure.
the article that possesses the completely sensationalist title, we don't understand
in
how
ResearchGate.
acetaminophen works. Would you shut the fuck up when I'm talking?
That is not
Look,
published.
in the article with the title, How Does Acetaminophen Work? They give a pretty lengthy account of how it works, right? It seems like all they're saying is that when it gets down to the brass tacks of how exactly it activates certain ion channels, right? There are competing scientific interpretations of that. But that does not mean that the overall mechanistic action of acetaminophen is poorly understood. You fucking dumbass.
Man,
Your article refutes your claim.
Literally, if you talk to any honest chemist, just like is cited in the article,
What? There's no way this is going to be a justification. There's no fucking
all the
way
drugs
you're
where we
about
do
to
not
say
know the molecular mechanism. We would. That's all I've left to say. Case closed. If we threw
Do
out
you
all the drugs,
retract your
we
claim?
do not know the molecular mechanism. We wouldn't be left with a lot.
Let's
Everyone
go
knows
over
it.
it again before you start rambling about shit that is completely irrelevant, okay?
Well, then I'm done.
Your claim was that the mechanistic action of acetaminophen was not understood. This article and the study that we linked earlier, they both give accounts of how acetaminophen works, right? All you've been able to show, and even this is tenuous because it's not a fucking journal, as that guy pointed out, is that there are competing interpretations of what it does at the molecular level. But that's not to say that the mechanisms of acetaminophen are not understood. That claim is false. If you do not retract the claim and you try to change it to something more specific or something irrelevant, right, you're just going to be exposing how fucking dishonest you are and wasting all of our time. We're going to spend the next 3 hours linking study after study after study, showing that people understand the mechanistic action of acetaminophen. Okay?
Will you agree? Will you
No!
agree?
Whatever you're going to
agree?
say is guaranteed to be fucking stupid. I want you to retract. Stop. I want you to retract your claim before you ask me any questions, or you're being dishonest. Are you going to do that?
I will slightly modify.
No, you're going to retract your claim and make a new claim if that's what you want to do. But your claim that you gave us originally is false. Now retract it, or you're a fucking dishonest turd.
No, I refuse. Because
Okay, so he's just dishonest then. Nobody should be engaging this individual at this point. It's a waste of time.
Just because if a drug has like, you know,
The drug has, like, you know.
acetaminophen has like 8 mechanisms. of action.
Acetaminophen. What did you just call it? Can you try pronouncing that again?
Tylenol. Okay, Tylenol has 8 mechanisms of action, roughly. I mean, I'm making this up, but it's
Yeah, I bet you're making
You're making it up?
Good job,
Yes,
Sugar.
700 mechanisms of action, roughly.
Okay, it says very clearly. It says very clearly
I
in the
think that
article.
Sugar's brain has 0 mechanisms of action.
Very clearly in the article. It says very clearly in the article. It says very clearly in the article that acetamine's therapeutic effects have
Acetamine's-
multiple mechanisms. So it says it has multiple
Wait, is
mechanisms.
this the article that's not actually an article because it's not actually published or peer reviewed? Is that the article you mean? You mean the article that's just written by some schmuck who put it online on his own? Is that the article you mean?
The
That one,
California
that
Wellness
article.
Collective.
I can't debate 10 people at one time.
Okay,
You can't debate any. You can't debate one person at one time. You couldn't debate a paper bag filled with dog shit.
I've done a little research. I found the journal. It's called WordPress. Is anyone familiar with this one? Or
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, CRISPR, that one has like a 14.0 impact ratio.
Very prestigious.
I think its impact ratio is almost as high as Sugar's asshole's impact ratio.
Ooh.
I mean, Dragnok, you came in here and you were discussing the issue with the guy for a while. Is there any doubt in your mind that this guy is just fucking spewing garbage and completely bullshitting the room? Do you think he has any background knowledge of the science relating to this issue at all?
None whatsoever. It's pretty clear he has none whatsoever.
Just fucking unbelievable that somebody like does this and expects not to get smacked on their ass. Pants down, bear spanking, okay?
Dragon, would you like to hear some of the insane claims that Sugar has made?
Oh god, it can't be worse than this. It can't be worse.
Sugar-
Like it's sad.
Strap in,
Actually,
Drag.
before we do that, Dragnot, do you think that Sugar may be motivated in some way to peddle this horse shit?
Oh yeah, people who are always this naturopathic bullshit. There's always a fucking sales pitch somewhere. Just it's just not. It's don't take the drugs the doctor gives you. Oh, you know what? Take this supplement here by this fucking Chinese mystic, man. He grows his shit in his backyard.
Right. For Sugar, it's not Chinese mystics. It's celebrities. Kanye West, Reese Witherspoon, that woman that was married to the guy from Coldplay. They are his.
Gwyneth Paltrow is the big one.
Oh, okay.
Can I
right.
ask
Well,
Sugar a
whatever.
question?
Kanye West recently smeared peanut butter on his cock and it grew like 9 inches. So that's the science.
This guy is
idea
so
that
dumb,
peanut
right?
butter
You know, Sugar said that there is nothing on this earth that doesn't explode when hit by lightning.
Azide, me. Like literally anything containing copious amounts of nitrogen. Like is he stupid? Never mind. Don't.
Yeah, he doesn't know what any of those you said just meant.
Like if you breathe in the general direction of azetoazide, it explodes.
Let me give you a bit of background on this dude, right? So not only is Sugar full of shit, he's a closet case, but Sugar claims to be a staunch Catholic. He knows nothing about Catholicism. Guess what? Now one day Kathleen quizzed him on being religious, right? And she started asking questions about what's the thing where you change the fucking water into wine and flesh, all that
Transubstantiation.
Right. He knew nothing about all that crap, right? Now I said, no, you got to start simpler. Let's start with how you spell Jesus. Can you guess? Now let's just pull him.
No.
Does anyone want to guess how he
refuse to
spelled
believe.
Jesus?
Was a Z
I refuse to believe he couldn't spell that right.
Oh no, he got the
Like he
spelling
does
of
it for
Jesus wrong.
attention.
He spelled Jesus with a G.
No, come on. He had to been trolling. Tell me you were trolling.
No, that's totally for attention.
Oh yeah, he's an attention seeking whore. Don't get
absolutely
me wrong.
not trolling.
And
Totally
then he
for
said
attention. I refuse.
the reason he said he verbalized the reason he said he verbalized it as a G was because he said it sounded like a G.
Is he 8? Like
mental age?
I mean,
Do you mean mental age?
yes.
Yeah, do you mean mental
Effectively,
age? Because it's definitely mental.
Drag. I asked him. Ray told me I needed to go simpler. So, Sugar is proclaimed to be a very well-studied Catholic. So I asked him what the magisterium was, and he had no clue. No clue. Well, if you're a Catholic,
presumably you would know, right?
would know.
Yes, but Kathleen, he does have 15 rosaries, and that is because he loses them all the time.
He does it.
Has he checked his ass?
I would just like
I have a
to.
question.
I would just like to. I would just like to quickly put some more dirt on the grave. There's a study from my own university that while it concedes the finer details of acetaminophen's mechanism of action are not understood. It agrees with everything spelled out in the study linked in general chat earlier, right? Suggesting that it has to do with a certain enzyme reaction involving COX-9, right? So it's clearly justifiable to say that the overall mechanism of action for acetaminophen is known, right? Remember that his claim was that it's not known at all. We know fucking nothing. It might as well be a fucking sugar pill, right?
Yeah, it's like,
that claim has been proven false by like three different scientific papers now.
Hogan, please don't confuse sugar by mentioning Cox.
Go ahead.
It's like if you were to drop a boulder, right? Like you don't know where every single molecule of air is going to get displaced to, but you know the boulder is going to hit the ground.
Yeah. Take sugar out back and do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying?
It's been
I wanted him underneath the boulder.
That sugar is really just a big attention.
I have a question.
Hogan, that's against TOS, bud. Can't say stuff like that.
In game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Has he ever said anything regarding vaccines?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'm curious.
He should never take a vaccine.
Please regale us with your knowledge of immunology. Please. I can't wait to fucking hear this.
It might be funny.
Just remember, meditation cures HIV. That was something that he.
Come on, no, he's
right. Well, Sugar plucks up the courage to make something up on the spot, which he can't do. Drag, this is someone. I'm going to post some pictures of someone out. May not be Sugar, but you might be able to guess. Now, this is the person that says they are in peak physical condition. They are the fittest person in here, and they have the best diet. Now, I'm not saying it's Sugar, right? And I'm not saying that someone like Sugar would say that, but this may be. Just tell me if you think this person is in physical condition and has the best diet. This is in general chat.
All right. I mean, I saw a picture of fucking Cerebus Hex earlier. I need to go to the gym.
We can give Sugar at least one comment. He's very good at man grooming. Because I saw him naked the other day, and he's very good at turning his pubes into a hawk.
Oh yeah, he had the heart-shaped pubes.
What?
That was great.
What?
Why?
Does somebody have that? I think I do somewhere, but
I did not screenshot that. No, I would never do that.
Okay, is whatever you just posted, Ray? Is this person on estrogen?
Physical condition.
My immediate thought is, why is that guy have
verbatim? Let me say verbatim. The best diet out of anyone on here. Peak physical condition.
Notice how you can almost cup his breasts. Like
it looks like he has pseudogynecomastia.
Well, that's I was just going to move on to the next image.
No, that's actual gyno. That's not pseudo.
Oh god.
It's sad. His face is like kind of attractive, but then he starts talking and it ruins everything.
It's amazing how friggin' unsexy stupidity is.
Really, it is.
There you go, Ray.
Fucking yikes.
If you want
solid,
to check out the
solid
gyno, just
cup
look
male
at that sad little nipple there on his left.
They're different sizes. Did you notice? Like
Little
just
wet blanket chest you've got there, you lying fuck.
And didn't he say that his profile picture, the one of him standing on the dock, was like a couple weeks after that or before it or something? But it was clearly years before.
Oh my goodness.
The country's mental health is in the hands of a man that sprays himself in the face with dairy-free whipped cream and rubs it on his nipples for other people to laugh at. That's where mental health is sitting in America at the moment. Oh, and by the way, you can charge for that privilege. Yes, people, you can get that rube there to charge you thousands of dollars for a brain scan that is not designed for mental health, yet they're going to make you pay for it anywhere. Good luck, America.
If 90
I wonder what the brain scan says.
If 90 IQ had a face, this would be it.
It says
when
dead.
you scan sugars, it just comes up blank with nothing but an image of a cock.
Well, I mean, look.
By
I mean,
any
he may not
chance?
be the,
By
he may not
any
be the
chance?
smartest person in the world, but he's very nice. He's very nice.
No, he's fucking not. He just yelled at us for 20
I have
minutes.
a question. By any chance,
He's
does
a very
this guy
nice
live in New
boy.
Jersey?
He just
Because-
told,
No,
he
he's
just told a
West
girl
Coast.
with serious medical problems to stop taking her Western medicine. It's
And
not fucking nice.
he told her that her whole
G-Man's
life was a mess.
Oh man, he would be such good friends with G-Man, I think.
And that was really nice to him too.
Giving a person advice like that is tantamount to just having them killed, right? I don't understand how that could be construed as nice behavior.
I never said he was smart. I said he was nice.
But
No, he's not.
We're refuting that. We're
No,
refuting
he's
that
not
claim.
nice. Cat, what's going on with you? He's not nice.
Telling a person whether or not like you believe it, right? Like it's okay to believe that like somebody's medicated, but you telling somebody like your life's a fucking mess, I wish you the best of luck, is not generally accepted as nice behavior.
The other day, he told me I was going to die. He says you have tons of medical problems. You're going to be dead. You're going to be dead in a few years. What the fuck?
Well, Molly, I think you're a nice person, but you act like a crazy person and say
Even
really
Molly.
mean things from time to time.
Even
boy,
Molly
what
would admit
about-
she's
what
not a nice
about-
person.
I see it, but the thing is that I don't expect anyone to say I'm nice.
I didn't say expect it. I'm just saying you're a nice person. You
Drag
said
has
you
some,
said Sugar's a nice
Drag-
person. He's said me.
Drag has some
Molly has her
respectable
moments.
pecs. That's respectable.
Literally, your
Drag
whole
good chest work.
contributions last 3 months, Molly, have just been bitching people out.
Yeah, that's what I do.
She's good at
Drag
it.
has to have impeccable pecs because his life is defined by him being on.
I
YouTube
didn't say
and
impeccable. I said respectable.
Respect.
Molly's really nice
Yeah.
about that.
Impeccable.
You know what I was
Impeccable
just
would be
thinking?
like.
And Gravity was not kind to those pecs, Drag.
I was actually just thinking about Drag the other day, and it's not what
Oh,
you
wait,
think.
wait. I
But
heard what happens when you think about people,
but it's-
motherfucker.
Right. Well, it is similar because I was actually I was thinking about way back when you did that thing and pretended to be another person that was a woman, and how fucking funny that was.
Did that excite you, JJ?
I mean, I'm not incorrect about that, right, Drag?
You talk about
Did
when
it
I was
cause you
pretending to be
to
tasty?
release copious
Yes,
amounts of
that is what
ejaculate?
it was. That was.
I do
so
believe
funny.
you're talking about Sister Tasty.
Yeah, that was.
Well, yes. I can't even do the tasty voice anymore. My voice has changed, evidently.
Was it a high pitched voice?
No, it was more like me attempt. Like if you were trying to imitate me, trying to imitate a woman, that's what it would sound like.
Oh, really?
Drag's
Oh,
gonna
really?
Drag's gonna come in here in a few days and tell us about a less than positive video call experience with AJ he had.
Yeah, I can only see one of his hands.
Yeah, you guys think Dragnot has awesome pecs? Check me out, motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
That is a classic.
It's just the line. It's just the line. Drag, you know what you should do? You should call up G-Man and we should get G-Man and Sugar is Poison into a debate over, really any.
Yeah, Drag, if you're bored with the dummies that you know, we've got a whole bunch of real stupid cunts in here that are just like fucking. You guys are just, honestly complete fucking punching bags that are just really mentally ill.
It just makes me sad after a while. Like this, the guy that I'm reviewing now, he's just he started talking about having a dildo prosthesis on his arm. Like I don't know where to go from there.
Is he still in here listening?
Yeah, like like people get their arm amputated. They get a regular prosthesis with a few digits, and so he was referring to the usefulness of having certain prosthesis, and so he suggested that a less than optimal prosthesis would be one that had a dildo attachment.
Oh, it's kind of funny. Is it a reciprocating dildo?
He didn't go too much in detail, but there's already hints of him being very, very closeted, so it just made the whole thing very awkward.
Did you watch the? I don't know, Drag, if you saw the clip on Gigi's channel where I had a conversation with G-Man about Christianity, and the whole time I was having the conversation, I was pushing my breast farther and farther and farther into his camera angle to see how he would react.
This is
And
Did he come?
Well, he may have been.
Oh, fuck.
Might have been sheathed, yes. Might have been a stealth load.
God damn it.
Shoot me that link.
All I could see was a vigorously vibrating shoulder in the corner of the frame.
Oh dear.
We're just leaning against the washing machine. That's it.
And then in the background, you just hear my Leben.
The operative word now, stealth wanking. Stealth wanking is now the operative word.
Serial wanking.
God, I think it's actually. I think it's pronounced stealth ding dong.
What?
Stealth ding donging.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I just want the room to be aware of the fact that if anyone wants to masturbate to me, that's totally fine. You have my.
Yeah, actually,
way ahead of you, Pogan. Way ahead of you.
Is that what you say to your girlfriend, Pogan?
There's about 5 or 6 of my loyal viewers who don't listen to any of my videos. They just watch me naked moving around.
Oh,
So-
that's a nice service.
Yeah, I mean that's how I just keep the shirt off now just so they can wank.
That's really nice.
Well, I mean, Naughty was one of them, so you know.
Generous.
Well, you know it.
fuck.
Hey, sometimes you
So,
have to be a team player.
Dragnot, you
We
take your
had a
your shirt off often?
Just stop. Just stop, please. No more. No more, Bogan.
Pogan's
Drag,
naughty is
you
really
know, Drag,
terrible.
last year I posted several feet pics for a certain person who had said foot fetish, and weekly I changed nail polish color for him.
Really, Molly? Who was that for?
I did.
Nice.
I will not say he is part of this service still, and yes, so I did post
nice.
weekly, yes, and I
Fucking
said you tear that shit right up, darling.
Molly, I have like a
Aw.
90. I think I know who it is with a 95% confidence interval.
Molly, do you think that they just Molly? How do you think that you?
It has to be Michael. If I want a Michael to wank, I do more than send him a fucking.
Oh, I wasn't.
foot pic.
My guess wasn't Michael.
Yeah, please don't expose Tom like this.
Did
I'm
they ever
really
tribute
quiet.
any of your pictures, Molly?
Sorry,
Did they ever tribute any of your pictures?
I don't know.
Like print them off? Is that what tributing is? Am I getting the term
I
wrong?
don't know. I don't know what it is actually.
You print them off and you just spackle a load all over
Normally
them.
a tribute.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
when
like
you
you print
did
them
the
off
picture
yourself.
and then take a picture of the picture. With
Right, and then the next person goes on top, and you essentially internet bukake a Polaroid.
Yes.
Well, no, but see, when you're
serial
doing,
tribute.
but the thing is, when you're just doing your feet pics, I tried to get creative. So somehow I lay down on the
Feet
ground, like
pics.
have like my air, so the sky was behind it.
Yeah,
Then went to
started-
the
yeah, you
river and did
started to
like
get into
in the
it.
water
Getting,
pics. Yeah, had
You
one on a
started to really enjoy
pumpkin.
that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Wash your feet before and everything.
I
put
tried
them
to
in a
get
salt bath.
creative with
Get a pumice stone on those motherfucking things.
O temporo mores.
Yeah,
You know,
I
Ray,
know where you're going.
Maybe that's the way I'll present the load you requested is in some sort of tribute.
Just do it next to a universal standard, a Coke can or something, a quarter tape measure. We just need to really know how. heavy
Well,
this
maybe
is.
just like some kind of scale object, like a quarter, on the picture that's being tributed, and then we should pick up.
You
a
could
tribute
put
picture.
a syringe directly into your piss hole and blow the load into that, and then we can just get a mil count from there.
You know what this reminds me of, Ray? There was a 4chan thread a while back where somebody splooged into a plastic bag, microwaved the plastic bag for like 60 seconds, and then left it sitting on the counter for 2 weeks. Then when like one of his friends came over to prank him, he put the splooge in like cake mix or something like that and fed it to him.
Oh God.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's
Oh,
outrageous.
that shit is not funny at all.
That's fucking hilarious.
I never
It's
understood
not gonna
that.
happen to you.
I never understood that particular sense of humor. I never did.
I mean, that's Dio levels of creepy.
I mean, did he
but-
tell
It's
the
it's 4chan. What do you expect? They're not exactly
people
known
call
for
me a
sophistication.
moral monster.
I mean, it's 4chan. You found it funny.
Yeah, poison is a weapon of cowards.
Are you saying you're not sophisticated in that way?
In terms of humor, probably not. No.
What happened to having sex with people's moms?
Because I mean, like, I find fart noises on the mic funny. You know, it's not exactly difficult to get me to laugh.
We forgot you're 19 or whatever. You're excused. Hey, just so you know, your boy ain't no bitch and hiding behind Photoshop. I did post a legit non-Photoshop picture with my shirt off and not safe for work. Apparently, it's explicit, so be careful.
Yeah, I'm in not safe for work. I've been looking at it for like the last 15 minutes we've been talking.
Oh.
Wait,
We
where is
do
it?
have a quality
What else have you been doing?
NSFW channel here.
Well, he's almost
there's-
done looking at it.
There's Kathleen pictures in there. Be careful.
Oh, I've seen Cat. That doesn't bother me.
It's good policy to
Hey,
block Kathleen.
Hey, Dragnet, first time meeting you.
Oh no.
I was perusing. Through some of your,
Oh my god.
It was
Nice to
Peru.
meet you, Dragnet.
I was
I was
perusing.
perusing through some of your YouTube
How many
channels,
medications
and
do you currently take?
I came across one with you and your wife, and I was just, what is this dynamic that's going on here right now?
Oh my God, Sugar, are you serious?
There's a lot of negativity. in the
What's the dynamic, Sugar? I'll explain it to you. When a man and a woman really love each other. Have to go on.
Dragnot's just a wanker. Come on.
I mean, you guys need to love each other more. A lot of criticalness, a lot of
What
negativity.
is wrong with this guy?
Sugar,
Yeah, I tried to tell this community that so many times that we need to like build each other up rather than break each other down, and they're like, nope, we're straight dueling sword fighting. So I'm like, fuck it then, faggots, let's go.
Hey, watch it.
Oh, sorry, sorry, Tom.
What is this? You guys are gonna be the enemy.
Yeah,
man,
that was
seriously.
real loving talk there,
I've been
Seamus. Real
drinking. I
loving
don't
talk.
come in here and look and see what's going on. I'm sorry.
Well, you need to be aware of that, Seamus.
You're gonna put Tom on the streets.
Going
Yeah,
forward,
dude.
I'm gonna make it an issue to be more aware of that. Sorry.
It'll cost him tens of dollars.
Yeah, I'm not trying to mess anybody. I'm not trying to fuck anybody's shit up.
Just killing me, man.
So, Sugar, what would you suggest as, I guess, a remedy for our toxic dynamic?
Thank you, man. Yeah, let's explore this. What the fuck is going on? Clearly,
Well, I
you
mean,
both are.
I think that's what I've been pursuing pretty much, and like people are really pushing back. They want to be able to like say the F word and all this, and just stop protecting the new people. This and I mean, like it's interesting to hear this being brought up now. I mean, because like I've been getting a lot of shit for it.
Is the F-bomb off limits, FYI?
Yeah,
No.
at least if we're
Oh,
alive,
that F-bomb.
Right. There are multiple.
No,
alternative
I'm
ways
talking
of
about the
saying it
standard
that will completely
FUs.
fly under the radar. Don't worry,
No,
Seamus. The UK has
you
got you
can say
covered.
fuck.
Bumboy, Queerbo,
Right?
Quoo. There's loads of ways you can.
Headphone wear.
Well,
Queef Master.
Or just
maybe
sugar.
Pate eating fuck.
That's been my word for a couple of years now. I'll do my best. It's like
maybe
right.
you could
from-
replace it with
Doodle.
douche. Douche, maybe. That's
Ballroom
innocuous.
dancers.
Kind of
No,
like
you
how the
can't-
pile talkers say right, except for I just say it a lot less.
Douche is too
Right?
close to home for him. He doesn't want to use douche. It's far too close to home for him.
Right.
Computer
But
programmers.
I'm correct,
There's a
Tom.
bunch
Right?
of ways
We
you
can
say
say
it, buddy.
"fuck you, fucker." Right? That's all.
Computer programmers.
So
It's
so
right
the-
there in the study, you fucking computer programmer.
Look, instead of
You
saying
know,
the F word, why don't you just call people Pogan?
I learned from Sugar that you can actually make a douche at home just using some gathered rainwater and some tea tree oil. It works just as good.
And turmeric.
There you
Ow.
go.
Cannot
Turmeric.
forget the turmeric. Yeah, can't forget.
Turmeric.
Probiotics
I think it's
in there.
pronounced
Turmeric.
That's why I called it
Turmeric.
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 We're in America, so it's turmeric.
Sugar, do
Give me
you,
some
you
fucking
realize
tap
that
water
she's
and
being
an empty Coke
sarcastic
bottle and
in
I'll
that
do
video,
it.
right?
It's called aluminium. Lad.
Yeah, for some reason though he says it has to be rainwater. I don't know.
Oh, it has to be.
Oh,
Well, because
well, no
that's
doubt
because
the
rainwater
rainwater
is
is
special.
pure.
Rainwater has special ions. It's very mysterious. The best
And carbon.
Right.
It's mysterious.
carbon.
Don't know how it works, right? Exactly.
Don't know how it
That is
works.
the
Trust the
carbon.
medicine's bad.
The most carbon, the most nutrition.
The most, yeah.
Gotta get
The
that
carbon is
carbon.
very important.
It
It's
has
because the
magic star
rainwater.
power that helps you meditate.
Right. The rainwater is formed furthest from any routers, so it's not contaminated by the waves of the internet. It's very, very mysterious.
So my wife is abusive, verbally passive aggressive.
Yeah, she's passive aggressively, verbally
Oh.
abusive to you.
Oh,
She needs to
man.
be more like happy. Why isn't she like you're clearly this awesome
Yeah, tell
dude,
her,
right?
tell her to
You're
smile
clearly
more,
this,
Drag.
fun
Are you
dude.
giving,
You're trying to have a good
Yeah.
are
time.
you giving relationship
a
advice
little bit
when
more. She should
you?
be doing.
Yeah.
One moment, sugar.
Dude.
Maybe she should be doing a little bit more the type of things that your girlfriend does to you.
Like cheat.
Maybe she, in that way, could show the love, right?
Women,
No?
women love.
Why don't you tell Drag the type of things
Dude,
that your
black women
girlfriend
are
did to you?
firecrackers.
Hmm?
Never in a million years would my
Cheat
girlfriend.
on you with another person, maybe the potential of giving you chlamydia.
Wait, what?
That seems really loving, right?
Sugar's
Well,
pretty
actually, what
bad.
I
Drag, do you not know about
Women
this?
love to.
Hold on,
Women
hold
love
on,
to be
hold on.
told to smile
Hold on.
more. Just-
Drag, do you not know about this? Sugar's girlfriend that he met online, and they met like 2 or 3 times maybe, cheated on him within a month of them dating, got chlamydia from some like petri dish ridden Asian dude, and didn't tell him about it, and then gave him a like slip and slide of chlamydia juice.
Should
all
unmute
over
yourself.
his face. So yeah.
What?
This is the guy giving you relationship advice, by the way.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, but that's
it was
real
an
life. That's
ex-girlfriend.
real life shit right there. You know,
Just
you can
take it
tell
with a
that's real
grain
life.
of tea leaves, okay, man? It's just, you know.
In
Great.
It wasn't
some tea tree oil.
ex-girlfriend, and in my defense, she's smoking hot, Dragnot.
Yeah,
But-
in his defense, she is attractive.
Yeah. So anyway,
Except for
get
the
back
chlamydia.
to- Can we get back, Dragnot?
And
You're
her
like
face.
awesome, loving. You're like this. You got this great personality. And what is your wife doing?
First time you've met her.
Oh man, she's like all this negativity, man. What's that about?
Could she be possibly being comedic for an audience?
Is that what this is?
Do you think that people act the same way on a YouTube channel that they do behind closed doors with their
Oh well,
significant other?
that would explain everything. It was just a comic bit.
Yes, we're purposely being very sarcastic.
You needed that to be explained to you, Sugar?
He doesn't understand sarcasm.
No, I
He
watched.
has
I
no
watched.
idea what
I
it
watched
is.
literally 2/3 of the whole video, and I didn't get the joke at all. It was
Yeah,
just-
we understand. You don't understand.
Sugar, there's a lot you don't
sarcasm.
get. If
You're
we
aware.
functioned on what you did and didn't get, we wouldn't do much, Sugar. Let's be honest. We had to lower ourselves to the level of your groveling crap. We'd be.
One second.
Be a nerd.
One second. I want to give a shout out to Mark Unoya in the YouTube chat.
Mark Unoya. Now that's a name that I haven't heard for a long time.
Is he like 65 now? Is that guy's like 65 now or something? He's like a senior citizen.
But Sugar, surely you know that laughter is a very important part of alternative medicine, yes?
I am reading the comment section, and nowhere does anyone say this is a parody. This is a real interaction.
Sugar, I think what you should, what Drag should do, if you think your relationship is great, then what he should do is he should get his wife, to go on a internet cam site when he's
for
not
God's
present and flop around on the bed naked like a fish,
Right.
so that people like me can watch.
Right, Drag, is it
Ex-girlfriend.
Drag, is it possible that you could get your wife to sleep with a fat, overweight, ugly Asian man in a swimming pool and contract chlamydia behind your back? That would sort that relationship right out. Ain't that right, Sugar?
So once again, ex-girlfriend smoking hot.
But meditation will cure the chlamydia, don't forget.
Oh, wait a second. He's your ex-girlfriend now? So,
ex-girlfriend.
like when I was
Not
on there with you, I thought she was your actual girlfriend. That's what you told me.
Smoking hot ex-girlfriend.
I'm just trying to keep up.
We still bang out. We still bang out, but smoking hot ex-girlfriend.
So I should take your tips and get chlamydia and an unloyal woman. Why?
First of all, you shouldn't lie and pretend like something's a parody when it's not. So I don't know what that's about.
It's kind of obvious. Like if you look on the channel, like the description, it's entertainment.
Okay, I watched the interaction and all the comments. It's clearly not some sort of we're filming. You're trying to tell a story, and your wife's getting mad at you for filming it. She's like, "Why are you filming this?" She's giving you all this sass. She's giving you all this attitude. You're like making jokes and being funny, and she's like being this like sassy, negative girl. I'm just saying, like, you don't need that.
It's awkward pause.
That his wife isn't a basic bitch like your girlfriend.
The word sassy for a second, then, buddy.
Firstly,
pretty sure
she is a
Drag-
woman, not a girl. Secondly,
Yeah,
does
that's
anyone
right.
else in here think that she's not joking around?
No. He doesn't understand sarcasm. Like he really doesn't.
He
He's
doesn't
completely
understand anything by
disconnected.
the sound.
His
of
brain
it.
is not wired properly. He's like not working well.
Sugar's
That's one of these
disconnected.
issues he
So then
has.
why do
Yeah.
people? So then why do
D,
people?
Sugar's really fucking
You see,
dumb.
when he goes to the toilet, let me explain something to you about Sugar. When he goes to the toilet, he puts his ear to the bowl, and that's where it comes out.
Oh my god,
Sugar licks his own pee off the toilet
is
seat,
he
D.
talking about Drag and Mrs.
He's
Drag?
wired differently.
Yes, he is.
Oh my god, are you
You need
really?
to go to a relationship
Wow.
therapist and learn how to be
Oh my gosh.
complement each other better. They need to build each other
I
up.
thought you
They need to
didn't
build each other
like
up.
the medical system. What therapist are you suggesting he see?
I'm
or
a-
she
I'm a
see?
Touche,
Technically
touche.
alternative medicine because
Fair
therapists don't
enough.
give
Wait,
medication.
Wait, Sugar, was your girlfriend building you up when she was getting gangbanged behind your back?
Ex-girlfriend.
Oh, wait, when did you start calling her? Wait. When did you start calling her ex-girlfriend? Because yesterday you were still referring to her as your hot.
No. You.
Oh, that's true.
You were
You
asking
said
us
girl.
for advice on whether to wear a condom or not yesterday.
Ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend.
Seriously?
Ex-girlfriend.
Yes, he did. Yeah, no, he never said ex-girlfriend.
Well, I have a suspicion that she became the ex-girlfriend the second his prescription of antibiotics ran out.
I
never took
well,
Sugar, did,
oh wait, and the brilliant part is he's trying to tell us that he had HPV, but he's so fucking healthy he cured it himself.
That's true.
Yeah, he wouldn't take
With his
antibiotics.
massive, great immune system.
It's true.
Sugar, did your
And that's why
girlfriend
he thinks,
leave?
and it's also because why he thinks he did not get chlamydia because he's so fucking super healthy, and the help, of course, of the earthing pad he likes to stand on.
And also my soul.
Sugar, did your girl leave the chat, the 7A, the sweet 7A? Did your girlfriend leave?
Ex-girlfriend. What do you mean leave? What?
Well, I can't find her in the users. I was going to invite her in for a chat.
Poodle.
Poodle?
Oh.
Her name's Poodle?
She has.
Sugar, what did you and your fake ex-girlfriend talk about when you weren't berating her about her drug addiction? What was a typical conversation like for you two?
Sorry, I was focusing on Kathleen's thing. Yeah, she's still there. What? So the next thing, what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what did you and your girlfriend talk about when you weren't berating her for her diet or her benzo fucking addiction? What would you talk about?
Probably why his dick doesn't work.
I definitely did a lot of loving berating of that, and it worked. Guess what she's doing?
Yeah, we've established that you did that, but what else did you talk about? What else?
She entered a very intense treatment program.
Right, but what do you talk about apart from that? What apart from you lavishing her with the gifts of your
I
knowledge?
thought the
What else
rehab
did you talk
for
about?
that didn't exist.
I'm sorry, a rehab for what doesn't exist?
Hold on, he's getting distracted. Calm down, people. What else did you talk with about to your girlfriend? What else? What would a typical conversation be? What else did you enjoy doing together?
In common, passionate about dogs, and we're passionate about
Dogs, okay.
writing.
About animals, nice.
We have a lot of friends that are really cool.
You talk about your cool friends.
Our families. What else?
You
everything.
did that a lot. You
Life.
talked about dogs a lot, did you? Dogs.
Is it rent a dog? Are you passionate about renting dogs to go on a date to make it ideal?
Friends for the second time. Okay. So what you're saying is you can't. Can you recall any of these conversations at all? Like when you were just.
We play
hours?
video games. Tons
Cool,
of
so
like
me and my
social
wife.
media stuff. Lots of social media stuff.
But mainly you talking about fake health advice.
Philosophy. Yeah, there was a lot of me lovingly berating her into making
90% plus.
And swapping STDs, right?
And then she went into that intensive treatment program, or that's what she called when she met up with all those guys, right? That was what that was.
So when you
No,
were
she's doing
lovingly
real-
berating her, was that before or after, like, you were videoing you guys having
She was,
sex, and
she was doing
audioing
real
it,
life-saving
audioing it on sex, and then coming
I don't know
into
many
Discord
like
and playing
treatment
it?
programs that you have a gangbang in a hot tub, but
Right, a lot of
I got-
sequential injection.
What if she was just
Okay,
describing her intensive
Some
treatment?
simultaneous
When
injections,
someone
probably.
you care
The
about
other
is
vitamin
doing,
D.
when someone you care about is doing drugs, you of
Intravenous.
course lovingly berate them and is stopping doing drugs. I mean, of course.
Exactly.
Now, did you ever
Wait, did
achieve
somebody
that,
just
Sugar?
say
'Cause-
intraanus?
Sugar, did you ever
That's
manage to
hilarious.
achieve stopping her from doing drugs? Or did you
Intraanus and
really
She
push her into
entered
the
a
arms of
very
a fat Asian
intensive.
man?
She entered a very intensive treatment program on. I had a lot to do with that. I like to think.
And her parents
So
that
I
paid
have a
for it all.
question for you about the treatment program.
Oh
Was it
shit.
normal Western medicine treatment program, like a normal rehab, where she
The
would
one,
be
the
taking other
one she,
medications?
the one she entered is
prevent-
called the dialectical behavioral therapy program, and it's the most popular gold standard therapy right now in a lot of treatment centers, all unanimously. And it is actually meditation based, which we know comes from the East.
And has that worked for her?
Sugar, I have been
That girl is
told-
totally still taking drugs, dude.
Oh, she's getting dicked all over the
penis.
place. Now, Sugar, did that work for her? What are the results like? How effective has that been?
Yeah, well, it takes so unfortunately, unlike drugs, which you can take like immediately, right? The real
Sugar, did that work for that young woman that you tried to
real
torture?
real healing takes consistent work and time, and so of course
It didn't work.
He means no. He means it didn't
started.
work.
She literally just started. So there you go.
What, like today? She started today, did she?
And on
If
her,
I
own,
ever saw-
on her own will, this is a girl who's taken Western medications for since she's
Taken
12 years.
fucking Muppet.
Let me finish
If
my
I was
sentence.
If
Yeah,
I
let
she
me finish.
bangs a
Let
bunch
me
of
finish
Xanax
my
in
sentence.
Vegas before she lets two
therapy as
dudes
well.
turn her
Please
out that
stop
she's
being
never met
interrupted by
before.
20 million people. Okay.
No.
This girl has taken Western medicine since 12 years old.
Taken, you fucking Muppet.
She's taken Western medicine since 12
Taken.
years old. She's taken medicine since she was 12
Took
years old.
Have you taken an English language lesson?
Every single day.
Why do you keep saying that? It's
No,
taken,
I know that movie.
you
Was it
fucking Muppet.
She's taken Western medicines for her disease, quote unquote, for her whole life since 12 years old. And on her own will, she has decided, this has nothing to do with me. On her own will, she's decided that all Western medicines suck and that she has to get off them because they've made her worse than help her. That's her own.
How do you know?
What is her disease?
Stop taking the medicine, then.
I think that he's referring to that famous movie with Lamb Nelson. Is that Token 3? Is that what that was?
He's got a very specific skill set, all right.
Token 3.
Sugar, I'm just a little worried here because you say that when you see people are sick that you should lovingly berate them. I'm a little concerned that you may have, through maybe no fault of your own, permanently damaged this girl into assuming that through meditation she can cure problems. So I think what you should probably do is contact her and say, please go back on the
She's in
benzodiazepine.
dialectical behavioral therapy program right now, Kathleen. You don't know anything about dialectical behavioral therapy. I understand, you know.
You're
but,
right. I don't know anything about
popular. It is the most popular therapeutic model currently.
Yeah, but tell us more about it. Tell us how it works, Sugar.
It is based on meditation.
Yeah, but tell us how it works, Sugar. Why don't you run us through how it works?
Well, I don't think
what does it?
the
Hold on.
mechanism is still unknown.
What? Yeah, just hold on for a second. What does its popularity have to do with its effectiveness?
Through a variety. Well, it's evidence-based because it's so effective in clinical trials, and that's
Right,
why
yeah,
it's
we'll
become
grant you that. But just talk us through how it works. Give us an idea of how it works and what a session would be like.
Through a variety of evidence-based mental techniques.
Right, that's great, Sugar. Well, how about you walk us through like just an example of give us a brief outline of what it is and how it works.
You learn to train the mind to live in the present moment, to be accepting and surrendering, to be positive, and to stop, not be so negative. That's what you do. So all these.
How do you do that? Give us one of the exercises that you do.
Challenging negative thoughts. So you think a negative thought to yourself, like, "Oh,
yeah, do it now. Do the exercise.
I'm not successful enough." You counter that negative thought as good as you can. You sit there and you go, no, I've been, I graduated college. I have worked in a job for 5 years. That was hard. You have to give yourself credit and you counter the negative thoughts. That's just one example. Another technique is, to live in the present moment. If you're walking around and you're thinking all these negative thoughts in your head and stuff, or you're thinking, oh, I need drugs. You sit there and you just start focusing on stuff in the present moment, what you can feel. You start walking with whatever you can feel with your hand. You start feeling different textures, really focusing your mind.
No, but hold on. That is almost word for word Scientology.
No, it's called dialectical behavioral therapy.
No, let me tell you something. And Scientology, one of the first things that I think it's what did he say it was? It was
a beaten test.
No, it's called Tone 40 on an object, I believe is what it is. And the idea is that when you go through a traumatic event, you pick two objects, you speak to it, and then you feel its texture to be brought to, and I quote, come back to present time.
Great. What do you think that there's a monopoly on mental techniques?
What I think
every
is that this is bullshit.
Every religion on earth has techniques built into it to be in the present moment.
Wait, I just googled this. This is mindfulness. DBT is mindfulness.
Meditation. Mindfulness is meditation.
That's what
It's
it
not
is.
different. They're
It's
the same.
mindfulness.
They're the exact same thing.
So they're the same thing. DBT and mindfulness are the same thing.
Mindfulness and meditation are the
You
same thing.
cannot. My aunt is a psychologist. She does mindfulness for some of her patients. You cannot treat addiction. You cannot treat severe mental health problems with mindfulness.
And why is dialectical behavioral therapy taught in the rehab I work in? Why is dialectical behavioral therapy?
Because you work at a fucked up clinic.
My ex-girlfriend is
Because it's a bullshit rehab clinic.
Exactly, Molly.
You guys are not. If you guys can't acknowledge the prevalence.
No, because what's interesting, if I may, what's interesting is that for like Michael and I having PTSD, his thing is all we need to do is meditate it away. That's all we need to do. We don't, even though he's a Cat 4 and I'm a Cat, he's a Cat 3, I'm a Cat 4, that we don't need anything else but a fucking earthing pad and a wee bit of meditation, and our PTSD is going to all go away. And I tried to explain to Sugar in the past that, do you not fucking think that if these actually worked, that the line would be fucking around the building, out the back of the park? Fucking use your mind, man.
Dialectical behavioral therapy couldn't have a line longer for people signing up to.
Yeah, great. We know it's a thing, whatever. But
everywhere. If you don't know the prevalence of dialectical behavioral therapy in a
it's used here all the time. We get it. Right, it's whether or not you know. We get it. You're pointing out a thing that exists, right? Great. Sugar, we have a man here that is addicted. He has a problem, right? I think you know who we're talking about. Problems with PTSD, problems with other mental health issues, brain damage. Now, can you make this man your project? We need to make the community safer by not allowing him to target. Right? You know what I mean? Certain people.
I thought you were going to talk about one of the compulsive masturbators, but.
Oh, I am. Now, Sugar, could you work with JJ on a one-on-one basis?
I wouldn't call it compulsive.
Can you take JJ down to a room on your own, Sugar, and help him work out one of his problems?
JJ knows my advice.
You want to be in a room on your own with him?
The number one
thing.
Help
him really work out one of these problems he's got at the moment.
It's a million times. JJ, the number one thing you need to work on is quitting smoking cigarettes. It's the number one thing you need to do.
Is that going to cure his PTSD?
It is going to severely help his PTSD. Yes.
How?
They do say that if I were to quit that, it would help alleviate that. Yes.
It would also help you live longer.
Sugar says it will help his life. Specifically, Sugar was going to happen to him. Like, it's just from a physiological standpoint.
I'm sorry. Cigarettes have 10,000, or sorry,
20,000. Sugar, get it right.
Several thousand.
Read the Google page right. Read the Google page
They're poisonous
correctly.
to the brain. They're poisonous to the brain. So he's literally, his brain has a lot of issues with his
step
mind.
One. Okay, JJ, stopping smoking. We get it.
So there's dangerous chemicals in the cigarettes, and they're affecting his brain, like dihydrogen monoxide, that sort of thing, right?
Oh, there's thousands. Ammonia. They put in lung enhancing chemicals to make your lungs bigger, so you get more nicotine and stuff. Those are horrible for you. They also put in flame retardant chemicals, so you don't burn down the house when you fall asleep with your cigarette in your hand.
I think what I've read though is that the nicotine exacerbates symptoms of PTSD.
All the chemicals are literally deteriorating your brain. It's
Flame
getting
retardant chemicals are
your brain is getting
You got to stop. Okay, next. So we've stopped him from smoking. Is he cured? What's next?
Your brain is getting clunked up with inflammation.
Right, we get that. Right, on board. We stopped the smoking. What's next, Sugar?
Oh, next? He should definitely start working on mental practices to be more positive. JJ's a very negative person. He's very critical of himself and others. This, is very harmful to the brain and the soul.
That's not. I'm not that critical of myself.
No, he's got one of the most
Literally, I've watched JJ berate people on a level that I'm just like, holy shit.
I have a question. One of the chemicals in cigarettes is hydrogen hydroxide. Are you worried about that one?
No, what's that?
Why? I mean, it's just one of the chemicals that happens to be in cigarettes. I know that it's found pretty commonly in cancer cells. I'm not sure if you're worried about that.
No, I don't know every chemical that's in a cigarette. Sorry.
That's not one of the dangerous ones?
I have no idea. I've never heard of this chemical before in my life. I think the rat poison that's in there is pretty dangerous. So,
are you worried about the dihydrogen monoxide?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, you're trying to tell them to not, smoke, and we're asking you about the chemicals, and you're saying that they're dangerous, but you don't know what it is. You kind of see the issue?
I just told you one that I think is dangerous. The lung expanding chemicals. I don't know their names. There's like 3 of them.
The lung expanding chemicals. That could literally be anything.
Wait,
well, okay, fine. I'll Google it for you if this is so important to you.
No, I understand that. This hydrogen hydroxide I was talking about, it actually causes people to drown faster. I don't know.
Is the hydrogen hydroxide worse or better than the dihydrogen monoxide?
It's really hard to say, man.
It is hard to say.
Depends on the context.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it can get this stuff goes in your lungs. Like, you think that if dihydrogen monoxide was in your lungs, like that'd be healthy?
You said that it bad chemical.
You just blew his fucking mind. He's
I mean, I know
looking at pieces right now.
Well, we know that there are little sacs in the lungs called alveoli, right? And so they have surfactant, and then cigarette smoke can hinder the surfactant. So if there's the hydrogen monoxide in there with the surfactant, that would probably hinder it, huh?
He doesn't know what a lung is.
Sure, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Sugar, how do you spell lung?
Lung.
G.
Just take that as the win for tonight, buddy.
Oh, because I misspoke and said a G. See, this is such the mischaracterizations. It's just slander.
You said it, buddy.
You said it.
Yeah,
His jokes are always taken wrong.
No, hang on. Hang on a second. Let's say it is a mischaracterization. You've done nothing to prove otherwise, though, in this conversation so far.
I verbally one time said Jesus, and when I said the J, it sounded like a G when he was asking me to spell it. It just sounded like the G.
Sugar, say G.
Obviously, as someone who's been, in the church, as someone who's been in the church my entire life, I know Jesus is spelled with a J.
Sugar, say G.
G.
You're missing
Now
my
say
point.
J.
Say JJ's name.
Mouth fart. I was like a G. I was like J.
Mouth
fart. His name is Mouth Fart?
I think you're missing my point. Okay, maybe you did accidentally say G instead of J. I actually get J's and G's mixed up when I'm reading because I'm a little bit dyslexic. Never mind. The thing is, I'm saying you've so far done nothing to dispel this misrepresentation of you. That's what I said.
Didi, would it be if I said Sugar was a stupid fucking retard? Would that be too harsh, or would that be about on par?
It'd be really hard.
So far, I've seen nothing
Stupid fucking retards out there.
Yeah.
Didi, Sugar could probably help you cure that dislike.
Sugar, I have a question from text chat. I have a question for you.
Oh Jesus, who's
Somebody in
that?
the bloody toilet.
Oh, that's some shit right there.
No pun
Richie would like
intended.
to know if you think filming yourself with a woman without her knowing it is good for her mental health.
Never done this, but I hear it's a very popular thing.
Yes,
said
this
that
is
you've
Sugar's
done
admittance
it.
that he
Oh my God,
records
you
multiple sex
dishonest
partners
fuck.
without their consent while fucking them.
Yes, she has.
No,
and
once
then
again-
what's his
once
and his
again,
and his
another
response?
time.
No, because no, you fucking liar. And your response to that it was what? Everyone does it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your response to a
giant-
question. Your response to a question of whether or not it's okay is to say that it's popular.
Another giant Yes, there's of course. Have you ever read the appeal
No,
of popularity?
verbatim said
Popularity
that
is
or
an
not.
argument.
The appeal to popularity is not a good argument.
It is an argument, though. It is an argument. You can debate its validity.
It is an argument, though.
I generally believe something is
I
popular.
mean, I think
It's
that
an
cheese
argument.
is tasty is an argument. Is an argument in favor for it too, but I don't see
know.
how.
You're American. Do you really know?
I generally believe. I generally
Yeah,
believe
skinny
that
jeans are popular.
if many people are trying something, then it increases my willingness to look into it.
Well, I understand that 9 out of 10 people enjoy gangbang too, but I don't think that's a good argument for that.
Yeah, are you literally saying that the fact that
is-
it's people popularly video women having sex with them without their knowledge is a
Yeah,
good
let me
reason
ask
for
you a
you to
question,
try
my
it?
friend. Have you ever watched a gangbang porn?
No.
JJ, you leave my jeans out of this.
Yeah, Sugar, I think it's safe to say that there are multiple men in here that may at some point watch the gangbang porn. What's your point?
Well, I mean, aren't we all hypocrites? We're all hypocrites.
What? I've never filmed someone against their will while having a sex act, so no, sorry.
I've also never done this. This is a total misconception.
You liar!
You said you did
That's not what
yesterday.
the
You
recording
did.
sounds like, Sugar. Ooh, Sugar, it's not. That's not
Oh,
what
we
the
had
recording says.
yes. He did that on
Now let me
live.
ask you. Let
The
me ask you a
majority
question.
of
Let me
the
ask you a
people
question.
in this
Okay, you're
room
on a
heard
you're
you
on a
say
date with
it
a girl, right?
yesterday,
And it's your
Sugar.
first
You
date, and
dishonest.
you're at the end of the date, and you're gonna kiss her, right? Because you've had a great date, and she's there, and she wants you. It seems like you don't know for certain that she wants you to kiss her, but you're feeling like I'm gonna go for it, right? Are you gonna stop and ask her permission to kiss her, or are you gonna kiss her?
See,
I would ask
I'm
her
gonna tell
permission
you
while
the
I'm
thing
kissing
about
her.
that. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you the thing about that. You can see if a girl wants to be kissed through body language, whereas you can't tell if you're on the other side of a screen. The same thing with sex. You can see if a girl wants sex from you through body language, or even asking. Whereas through a screen, you genuinely can't really read body language.
Sugar, when you're having sex with women, are
I've
they
only
disinterested that much that they
I've only
can't
dated
tell that
one
you're filming
person
them?
through screen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Sugar, that is true. The only thing that they can tell through a screen is whether or not they want to be jerked off.
This was JJ, not me. For the new people, that was JJ.
Yeah, but you've done it. Now, Sugar,
No,
JJ is a rampant masturbator online. He plays magical guitar for people and then jerks off over them. How are we
knew
going to
we'd
come
come
on?
back
About
to
the
this.
smoking. Let's get back to this. We don't want to talk about you breaking the law. We'll do that privately. We'll contact where you work privately. Now, listen, Sugar, you need to help JJ at the moment, or else we're going to drop it on you, okay, buddy? So you're going to take him off to a private room, right? Get on cam with him. You're going to help him. Can you do that, Sugar?
Oh,
I do not consent.
I don't think he cares.
He's going
Damn
to do
it.
it anyway, JJ.
Whoever that was.
Damn you beat me to it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this though: until JJ quits smoking, it's fun. All his efforts will be really hindered because the tragedy
You
thing.
help him quit smoking then.
The tragedy. The
That's his
tragedy.
problem.
The tragedy is that in order to make progress with the the mental stuff, all the therapy techniques, all that stuff. In order to break through on that front, there needs to be a baseline of
Sugar,
health.
we've got a problem.
Every day I watch
Sugar,
people that
hold
come
on.
in.
You haven't considered there's some after effects to stop smoking. His circulation's going to improve, right? Which means he's going to be able to pump and maintain an erection quicker and harder and more. Now, we're trying to cure this community of its ills, right? We don't need a more virile JJ running around popping it off whenever he feels like it. So we're going to have to go. Let's go another avenue. We can't stop him smoking. Make
wait.
him smoke more, please. Now, listen.
He could
Next.
start drinking though. He could stop smoking and take up drinking.
I don't like.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No idea.
Or masturbating. Well, oh God.
But yeah,
JJ is the juggernaut.
the most tragic thing, and I see this all through the week. Literally, a woman just last week came in. She's trying to get off of drugs. 2 children, right? And she actually put in hardcore effort, like hardcore. She was doing all the right stuff, like really trying all the different techniques, giving it her all. And yet, I'd see her every day. She's constantly drinking these giant sodas. She's fat, by the way, very obese. She's got these giant sodas that she's just constantly drinking. And I'm just like sitting there like, and I know that she's gonna fail. She's not gonna be able to break through. She doesn't have that baseline of health you need to break through with mental health and stuff. She's gonna
Where's this
fail.
positivity you were talking about earlier?
Are they at least diet sodas?
Are you supposed to be helping? Are you supposed to be helping this woman?
Yeah, and the saddest
And that's
part
your
about
fucking
that
attitude.
story, saddest part about that story is when she walks into building, the first person she runs into is fucking Sugar.
That might be why she's failing.
I am not the first person any of these people run into.
Thank goodness.
Fuck, I'm failing just thinking about it.
They'd
So
waddle
I'm
their
curious,
way out
is
if he was the first person they saw.
So Sugar, do you have let's look at some data, right? Do you have any charts to show the people who have had success with the program versus people who have not had success, and whether or not they were obese or not? Do you have any type of data on that?
No, not off the top of my head. No.
Okay, you do know that if you wanted to come to that sort of conclusion, you would need some data to back that, right?
Look, man, I'm just saying anecdotally, this is my belief. Yeah.
Anecdotally.
Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, right off the top of my head. No, right off the top of my head.
Anecdotally, you half literate
Right off the
fucking
top of my head. Do you know that there's 30 diseases, chronic diseases, that have been linked to obesity? 30.
Yes, including death. I'm not. That's not in
So
dispute.
that's scientific.
Including
So
death?
obviously,
Including death. Death is the most permanent disease you can get. There you go. That's been
Oh,
linked to
right,
obesity.
so there's some evidence.
It's
So there's some
incurable.
evidence that being obese is pretty fucking bad for you, and it
Yeah,
makes
but
it
what
hard.
does that have to do, right, with their
Well,
success?
in therapy, you're trying to heal. In therapy, you're trying to heal your brain. If you have an addiction to a drug, literally a part of your brain that has to do with
What is the drug you're addicted to if you're obese?
Food.
addiction, your brain has changed. Literally, the plasticity of your brain has changed completely and been corrected.
First of all, by the way, fellas, I would suggest that food is actually not necessarily what you're addicted to if you're obese. It seems like it is, but the food does something. The food for most people who have trouble eating too much, what they'll tell you is that the food is comfort. Food never says no. Food's always got time for you. Food never criticizes you, never judges you. Food's just there anytime you want it.
Gus, they're just Twinkies, not relationships. It's
Also,
okay, buddy.
That's funny guy, but I'm actually trying to
It also tastes real good.
But when we're done with the cheap haha, that's just the point that should stand there.
Sugar is
Listen,
actually
Pillsbury,
to a
put the
certain
ho-hos
extent.
down.
Real
Yeah.
quick. My ex-girlfriend just finished her first day of this bougie, really expensive Los Angeles rehab center, and guess what they had her do on the first day?
What do they have her do?
Manager's dick.
Yeah, she sucked all their dicks.
Anyone guess? They had her do yoga, an hour and a half.
They all came in multiple times.
Oh, I bet they
Extremely aggressive yoga.
Burn
They
that
all
place
fucked
to the
without knowing the name.
I mean,
What the fuck does that have to do with
They all
it?
fucked her while she was unconscious.
Is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be surprising?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? What the fuck?
Someone in here just
aren't
said that they don't teach mindfulness to cure mental illness.
It's yoga, you fucking idiot.
How many people get cured for their mental illnesses after they come out of any treatment place in fucking LA?
Lots probably.
Gus, I remember this one time I was
Whitney
feeling super
Houston.
suicidal. Then I hit that downward dog. It was feeling a-okay.
Yeah, was that just good, man?
Just because they use yoga as part of the therapy doesn't mean yoga is the thing that's going to cure them.
No, you have to take a multi-approach. Of course, you got to attack it with many different approaches. But anyway,
The point is sugar. Hold on. The point is sugar, right? Given background knowledge about what you just described, no one in this room is surprised that some expensive treatment place in Los Angeles uses yoga.
Yeah,
that shouldn't be surprising to anyone.
It's not.
Nope.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I
We're all
don't
on the
know
same
why
page.
you
That's
said
why we're
that.
all on the same
I
page.
want to know.
What do you mean?
Sugar
Wait. What does he mean by same page?
We're all on the
not.
same page.
We're not even reading. No, we're not even reading the same fucking book.
Sorry, it sounds like we're all on the same page that yoga is the best, one of the best treatments that we know for treating anxiety and depression.
Nobody said that.
No.
Pretty sure
And
nobody
No.
said that.
Nobody agrees with that.
So watch this. Hold on for a second. Watch this. What does yoga actually do for the patient?
So why at this $20,000 bougie LA?
That's not the question I asked, man. I said, what does the yoga actually do for the
First thing
patient?
they ever do is yoga. Why?
No, that's cool. That's awesome. So what does it actually do for her as a physiological response to the yoga? What happens to her body?
The stretching, training the mind to be in the present moment. These all change neuroplasticity. These things literally grow brain cells. They cause neurogenesis.
They literally grow brain cells.
What? Real quick.
You should
Hold
try
on.
it, Sugar.
Yeah, sugar. I can do yoga. I can get sugar. Sugar. I can go on YouTube and do
It
yoga
releases,
without
so many
spending
relaxing
$20,000.
hormones in the body and feel good chemicals.
You want to be in the moment, go rock climbing.
Sure, I'm a big fan. Sure, great.
Okay, I want to go back to something really quick because I never got to ask my question. I want to know, you were stuck on this lady being obese and you're sure it's because of food, but what about people who are overweight or obese due to health problems that cause them to be obese? What do you recommend there? Because they can't do anything because of their baseline health.
You probably shouldn't
it's not
say
like
health
they can
problems.
get rid of something.
Rare. This is not.
Okay,
That's
sure,
irrelevant.
very rare, but there are people who have it and they may come to you. So what do? Because you can't just take away food and all of a sudden they're not fat anymore because they have an underlying health problem.
Well,
So what
you
do?
almost always can, but that's.
Who says? Who the fuck made you a doctor in fat folks?
I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's a great way to do it, but like, if people don't have food, like, eventually.
Do you know that
eventually
there have been
not a good way to do it.
You know,
Bad way to.
Hey! You know there often have been people who have starved to death and not lost more than 20 pounds doing it.
Yeah, you've got to have it under medical supervision.
That's not my point. My point is that
that wasn't my point either. We're both arguing against points that the other person didn't make. So what's the point?
There are people for whom their basal metabolic rate will simply never go up high enough. And see, in the past, those people would have died naturally. But these days, we're keeping people alive with all sorts of things that are technically, quote unquote, wrong with them, which is not the best words to use, but for want of better, right? So we've got all sorts of people who have got basal metabolic rates that you'd have to exercise them like a fucking 460 Hemi engine to get them to burn calories. I mean, the fact is that there's no simple reason why people are fucking obese. It's never one simple reason. It's always a complex medley of fucking circumstances that get them obese and keep them there. People should. People frankly like Sugar should fucking know what the fuck they're talking about before they open their mouth.
So we're talking right now at cross purposes then, because
I don't necessarily think so, but I think it,
I made a point, right, which is that if people have no food, like no calories going in under medical supervision, right, carefully monitored, carefully maintained, they will lose. It's not the best way to do it, certainly.
No,
it's not a great way to do it at all.
They'll go into ketosic shock before they lose weight.
Carefully maintained, carefully monitored.
Carefully maintained and carefully monitored. Your body, the doctor can't do fuck all if your body won't take calories out of its own system.
Yeah.
Your doctor can't do a thing.
I was just wondering what Sugar would do because he was saying that you need to have a baseline of health, and this lady wouldn't be able to do anything just because she's obese. So what do? Just give up on the person just because they have a medical issue that makes them obese?
No, I think that's when the lovingly berating her would come into play for Sugar.
Does Sugar have any professional
None.
accreditations to have any opinion on this shit?
None.
Yeah,
He has
fuck
a
him.
BA in English.
Oh, where have I heard that before? Hi, D.
Hey, Fizz.
He barely has any cursory self-study on any of these subjects.
Wait, it's my understanding he works in a facility of some type for substance abuse?
Yes, that's what he says. Yes.
Yes, he works at
Also,
a he
Does
works
he
at a
work in a
controversial
facility, or is he just in a
clinic.
facility?
He cleans the bedpan.
He
I work in a
actually
facility
did
that does
with,
substance abuse too, but I work in the fucking laundry, and I don't know shit about the substance abuse treatment. So fuck that.
The facility he should be in wouldn't allow him
Sugar
to
wasn't allowed to work in
access
the
the
laundry. He
internet.
started sucking the pee stains out of all the pants.
He one time a few days ago he tried to do this thing with Ray, going back, and he called it some fucking hoggy wash shit. And what he was doing was actually a regression therapy. And I said, "What are you doing?" You're
Trying to
doing
jerk off over me.
Yeah, and it was quite amazing because I kept saying, "You're doing regret." Because they don't even call it regression therapy any longer. That's so antiquated, and it was just bizarre.
Drag, he'll tell you where he works if you ask him in PM. They've got a controversial brain scan thing that they do, but the most important thing to know is that at some point Kanye West has had a brain scan.
Did they find anything?
Listen,
And it was negative.
No, listen. All that matters is that when you question about these brain scans, all that matters is that brain scans are very good. They're the best, and Kanye West has had a brain scan.
So what type of brain scan?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. No. Don't get bogged down in the details, buddy.
No.
Kanye West has had a brain scan.
Oh, well.
And he's been cleared of any craziness.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
Someone sent me a text and said it's a naturopath clinic.
Yes.
You see what I got to deal with every day, Dragnot? I think I'm experiencing something called idiot fatigue.
No, he doesn't work at a naturopath clinic. No, come on. Really?
That's what
that's the place for him.
It's some kind of rehab center, yeah.
Is that a methadone clinic?
No.
Could be.
Where he picks up all the crazy hot chicks.
I was thinking that he just picks up the syringes with his ass.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, it looks like he's gone now. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, Sugar Dove shifts at the needle exchange without wearing rubber gloves.
Oh God! All right, my wife's calling, folks. I'll catch y'all later.
All right,
later, Drag.
Yes,
his wife's going to probably be negative and what have you towards.
Whatever. What not, and what have you.
In perpetuity.
In purple titties.
Purple titties.
What the dickens was? I don't even know where to start with that shit.
And now I've been in active in a Tom's chat. Oh fuck.
No, D, love. This is why I absolutely lose my donkey shit when he comes in.
I can understand.
I understand.
But really, what you should do, Molly, is just go and meditate, and you'll be fine.
No, it's therapeutic. When he comes in, it's like, oh, it's time for my dose.
Oh yeah, it's probably like it might be quite cathartic for him, isn't it? Just like
Fia, can you be the moderator, like personally responsible for moderating Sugar?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Thank God.
I am okay with that. I enjoy him. I encounter a lot of people like him since I have so many medical problems, and my family just thinks I should be happy and they'll all go away. And it's just fun hearing how stupid he is.
Yeah, Fia, don't you love it when they say positive attitude is where it all begins?
Yeah.
And then he says a load of negative shit about people.
Just have a
positive attitude and don't take your medication. Oh, yeah. That's how you heal yourself.
Yeah, D-Love, what he said to me a few weeks ago is, Molly, the reason why you got cancer is because you're unhealthy.
Kind of got the wrong way around.
What? And I said, what makes you think I'm unhealthy? And he says, well, you have cancer.
I feel a circle coming around and I'm getting dizzy already.
Jesus Christ.
Molly, didn't you know that yoga will cure your cancer?
Yeah.
Christ,
Along with, hi, I'm still waiting for my earthing pad to get here so I can be cured of MS.
I'm sure that's your fault too.
Yeah, no, yeah, the other, 2 days ago, he says, you have all these illnesses. You have MS. You're going to be dead in a few years.
Oh, well, that's positive. Yeah, that helps you a lot. That's real positive.
So much
Does he
for the
know what
positivity,
positivity
dickhead.
Yeah. Does he know what positivity actually means?
Yeah.
Wait, does he
See
know
why
what
you would
anything
take them.
means?
Yeah, you need to
People
love.
are very
and,
intolerant.
by the way, your life's a fucking mess.
I've got
I
cancer
didn't
and my
expect
life's
that.
a fucking mess. Why am I here? Fuck.
People are very intolerant. What, Shamus? Hmm?
Come on.
Oh, what was that?
You said people are very intolerant?
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought you should be more tolerable of people like Sugar,
I thought we were being tolerable.
I enjoyed my conversation with him.
Tolerant.
I was really
I
nice.
thought I was being very nice to him.
Look, I tolerate Sugar. I mean, I advocate him for him being here. Who are you speaking to exactly? Like tamales and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, you can say it, Molly. Yeah, Molly's an absolute bitch to Sugar. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, the whole time he was talking, he was being tolerated.
But it's also kind of personal. I mean, anyone with any kind of medical issue is going to be outraged by Sugar.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I was outraged by him. I find him funny.
You haven't heard him talk about your problems yet.
Oh, he
No,
did.
he said my life was a mess.
Just look at him and pretend you're James Blunt. Just go, my life is brilliant.
My life is gone.
Well, positive thinking. I feel better already.
See?
If only it worked like that. If only.
You're a moron. Oh, I love these running wiener dogs.
I think it's hard to get mad at him, at least in my case, because he's willfully ignorant. So it's just funny.
Oh no, the willful ignorance are the ones I get angry at.
Exactly.
it's
Those
funny.
are the ones deserving of your anger.
It's like when I've and thousands of other people have gone through all the trouble to correct you, and you're still dumb as a sack of fucking hammers. That's
I feel like that's when it gets funny.
No, that's when you start laying on the fucking corporal punishment.
It is funny.
See,
but
what's
it's also
not funny?
infuriating.
No, see, what's not funny is that unfortunately, he's the type of person that comes across as an authoritative, and he's telling people like Claire, who's taking seizure medication, and other people who are taking what is called a life-sustaining medication to stop, and that he can fix it. So what pisses me off and doesn't seem to get across to some of the people in the server that give me shit is that unfortunately there's going to be that one person, it doesn't have to be on Discord in life, that's going to listen to Sugar and say, you know what, you may be onto something, and stop taking their quote life-sustaining medications. I've seen it. When I worked in civilian nursing, and the bloody faith healers would come in and whack them and touch them on the head and say you're cured, and their mums and children would bring them in to say because they stopped taking their medication because someone said they no longer need it. He is that person. He is that fucking person.
I mean, yes, on the one hand, it's funny, but more importantly, it's fucking dangerous.
It's made worse in a place like the States where you have to pay out of pocket for medical care. So people without a lot of money, the fucking choice is right there in front of their face. They're encouraged to seek medical help as little as possible because of the cost factors involved.
And he has said to any person in here, myself included, when he says, I cured myself of my mental illness, I had debilitating mental illness. So you get this person, because let me tell you, as a person that has to take medication, I hate it. I'm a nurse. I have stopped my medication because at some point I thought I can do this. I've been on it long enough. I can do it. I can work through it. And like an idiot, I stopped my medication and fucked myself up. And I know better. But you get some fuckwit like Sugar who comes in here, preachy, gets the right person that says, I think he could be right.
And that's fucking dangerous.
It is dangerous, and that's the.
And that's the part that why I'm kind of new in this server, but every bit of shit that he was given was deserved, and no one should feel bad about it. Fuck him.
And that's why I go at him. I tell him, you talk about anything you like. As soon as you start talking about medicine, I'm gonna fucking be on you. I'm going to fucking be on your shit. I'm gonna overtalk you. I tell him, and it is what it is. People may not like it, but fuck it.
He can talk about, you should maybe talk to your doctor about different medications or alternatives to the medications you're on, but not just stop your fucking medications, because that's never just a good thing, especially when you're talking about those kind of medications.
I mean, you guys realize that sugar is just a shock jock, right?
No, he really believes those things.
I don't know. It's difficult to tell.
I don't think that's the case. I think he really believes that he knows as much as he knows, and he don't know.
Yeah, well, the
shit.
true danger isn't necessarily with sugar. It's the people who might hear him and take him seriously.
Right.
Yeah, whether he's a shock jock or not is irrelevant from that point of
What
view.
is it? Maybe I don't know what shock jock is.
Like fucking
Howard Stern.
Rush Limbaugh and
Howard Stern, but Howard Stern never told anyone to stop taking their fucking medication. Not seriously.
Think Alex Jones.
Jesus Christ.
Alex Jones will push all that woo and stuff as well.
All right. Thanks.
It's people who just say shit to shock people, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's like Fia today. What was the first thing he said to her? Stop taking your medication. You need love.
Yeah, that's really insane to say to someone without knowing
Yeah,
pretty much
that is
anything
really
about
insane
them.
to someone, especially because he doesn't know what I'm taking. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, or what my other problems are.
Doesn't know anything about your condition.
Yeah.
I just always hear the smile in his voice when he says stuff, and I just feel like he's saying stuff just because he knows he's gonna rile people up.
Well, he just knows there's going to be a lot of pushback on it, and just.
I mean, he can know that, but still believe what he's spewing. He just thinks that he's in a room with people who don't know as much as he does about the topic.
Yeah, I've been in rehabs. Fuck him. And I've never been to any LA hotsy totsy yoga fucking teaching.
No yoga. You didn't
No yoga.
yoga. Fuck, you
No.
didn't have your yoga.
Don't stand a
No.
chance.
Did not have yoga.
Well, don't blame it on LA.
Hey, I know what yoga is. That's that stuff they make with bacteria culture and get them flavors in it. Sometimes y'all freeze it and eat it like ice cream.
I like that raspberry yoga.
Sugar's girlfriend doesn't need any more excuse to put her legs behind her head or bend over anymore. He's not helping the situation.
But if she gets thrust, that yogurt will come in handy. As long as it's got no sugar in it, oddly
You're
enough.
ragging on my girlfriend, I'd beat that piss right out of you, boy.
He loves Ray.
Director, I asked him to try to do that, guys. I'd fuck you. I'd fuck you. I'd fuck you with
Violence
your
is not
submission.
the answer,
You
Gus.
wouldn't even. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes. When somebody's dogging my girlfriend and they won't shut up,
I'd
oh,
fuck
it's
your
time
ass.
for the
I'd
shut
fuck
up.
you right in your asshole, Jess, if you tried to.
It's time for the
Any
shut up
pictures of them
machine.
together?
As
I'd part the fucking Red Sea, and I'd plow you.
Yeah,
As
you
Don-
think so,
My
huh?
seed would find fertile
You don't
soil.
weigh but a buck and some
very
change,
fertile soil.
Beardo.
And you'd come.
As
Everywhere.
You don't weigh but a buck and some change, Beardo.
You'd come.
Your eyes would roll back in
I'd
your
bolt
head
a
like
2-inch
fucking
oh
snake
to
plane.
my ass to keep you out.
Oh no.
That is the best gift ever.
I will say, I'm fairly sure he's been a shock jock when he was addressing drag regarding his wife. I think he was then being deliberately saying that shit. But the health stuff, I've no idea. But it needs to be shut down whether he's joking or not.
Oh no, he said before he wants attention. Now whether or not they're mutually exclusive, he could believe in anyone's attention. He just wants attention. He doesn't care how he gets it. He sprayed himself with non-dairy cream and rubbed it into his nipples, right?
Wow.
No
So
thought.
basically, alternative medicine is not working for him.
No.
Imagine if you turned up to a fucking session.
I
after
don't think
watching that
Western
video.
medicine will help him at
dick.
this point, actually.
Hi, we've got the counselor here today. Who is it? Yeah, it's Marco. Marco, that name rings a bell. Let me think. Oh, his face looks kind of familiar. Walks into the room with a fucking clipboard and a fucking Airtex t-shirt on. And it's him. You just walk out. You'd ask for your money back.
Yeah. So what does he claim he actually does at this whatever it is, alternative health care centre?
GIF is just
Yeah.
terrible.
That GIF is fantastic. I just have to say, it's just.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fantastic.
Christ.
I would say that there's not enough me in it, though.
Oh, there's
Should have a little bit more of me.
there's more than enough you in that, darling.
No, a little bit more, like another half second, maybe.
We're good. We're good.
His Reiki levels are.
A little bit of you goes a long way, darling.
I've been told that before.
There was a lot of jizz involved.
Wait, a little bit of yoga goes a long way?
Where's Sugar? I want Sugar's opinion on it.
Wow.
Sugar's too busy peeling Ray off his girlfriend.
Damn!
So good.
Yeah, would anybody be upset if
Yes.
they were to find out that I've been masturbating this whole time?
All I would say is I'd rather not know. If you're doing it, I don't care, but I don't want to know you're doing it.
I would start to wonder
Right, so
how
that's
long
why
it
the
takes you to
question
come.
is. That's the question is: would anybody be upset if they were to find out
Can
that
you
was
go
happening?
more
this
than
whole
2 hours without talking about you masturbating or
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Really?
It's been hours, hasn't it?
You can't
it's
go
been
2
2
hours
and a
without
half. Come
actually masturbating, Fear.
I think it's
a
completely
problem.
fine and normal.
I mean, I'm all about some masturbation, but I go to my porn and I don't fucking tell people.
Look, dude.
Well, I don't tell people either, generally.
Look, everyone's jerked off.
What the fuck is this conversation about?
Especially well, it's a hypothetical question about whether or not anybody
Sure,
would
it's
be upset
hypothetical.
if they were to find out that I've been masturbating this whole time.
Yeah, I don't think
you understand now?
Yeah, no. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well.
But let's test it. Tell us you've been masturbating the whole time.
Have you been masturbating the whole
You're a
time?
moral monster. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to upset anybody.
Can we not
So that's
start
why I
this
asked.
up again?
Jesus. Look, everyone's jerked off with Discord in the background. It's not a big deal.
I can honestly say I've never fucking done that.
No, darling.
Well, then-
Okay, listen.
Well, then you're a dirty liar. That's it. I mean, you're just not telling the truth.
No. Okay, I'm telling you right now, there's never been a fucking conversation that's taken place in Discord that made me think,
Yeah, I need to whip it out.
That's not what Sam was saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Look, I'm just saying you jerked off and you left Discord running in the background.
That's got nothing to fucking do with Discord, though.
Before Concrete got banned.
So you have done it. Okay.
Before Concrete got banned, it was
that.
really
I'm
difficult.
saying if it happened in that situation, I'm betting that Discord had nothing to do with the masturbation that happened.
Exactly, I agree. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying you jerking off to other people's voices. I'm just saying you left it
but
running.
how could you focus? I
got
could
this-
not focus. I would not be able to focus with.
Well, you know what? I can
everything going
focus.
on.
I can focus by not knowing Discord is there, by not having it on my screen.
Well, Molly,
But-
that's where tunnel vision comes in handy.
You know,
Yeah,
I
different
mean,
strokes, Molly.
if I want to go watch some porn, I might have Discord open and forget it's even there. But I'm gonna go watch some porn and do my thing. But it's got nothing to do with fucking Discord.
Yeah, he's not on Discord, just Discord.
I'm not actively having a conversation in Discord about jumping back and forth and doing. Yeah, no.
Well, Fizz, you might not be aware there are Discord channels, maybe not this one so much, but other Discord channels that are more arousing, maybe even to you. You aware of that?
Nah, maybe
Those
so.
are made
I'm kind of new to
for
Discord.
They're
I'll
essentially-
admit I'm kind of new
They're
to
essentially
Discord. So.
porn Discord servers.
Oh,
But
really?
that's like made with that service.
That's pretty much a given, I would imagine. But
Right.
I kind of figured that, but that's
Yeah.
not what I come to.
Fizz with a voice like yours, you could
Oh
go
my
in there
God.
and do your whole Matthew McConaughey thing and.
All right,
That's not what I come to Discord for.
Yeah, go in there and do your thing, Fizz.
Oh, but DD cab in the other.
BB,
server,
let's go in
no.
there and do our thing. What do you think?
If you
Épale! No!
What?
Well, that's my favorite gift.
That's Molly looking
I'll be back
fabulous.
later, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, see you.
Bye bye, whoever said that.
Cheers, love.
Whoever's leaving, bye.
Have a good one.
Is this still live?
They always lie.
Oh, fuck.
DGH, is that Molly?
Oh, fuck my life.
That's Molly.
Good heavens. Molly.
Hello, Molly.
You've never seen that picture?
No, I've not.
No.
If I had,
I was talking
would
to
I be
Gus.
reacting like this?
Molly looking
Well,
delicious.
I'm not sure, Gus. But
Well,
I was,
you know,
I
don't.
would have
just
expected
because
that you'd seen that.
Just because
That's
you
been
jerk
around
off
for
so often,
years.
you're losing brain cells. Get your freaking head together.
Oh wait,
Come
shit.
on.
Remove that. I don't. Well, that's going to be spanky wanky.
Spanky
Molly, you think that hasn't happened a long time ago? Come on, darling.
Don't be naive.
It's gonna take a lot
You
more
look
than that to get
absolutely
me spanky wanky.
delicious in that picture. I mean, you're going boing when you come out of that water.
They're bouncy. They're bouncy.
Spanky
wanky.
Delicious.
I just want to go.
Okay, easy now, son. Easy.
Okay, Shabby.
It's water yoga. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's right. Up,
yes.
that's right.
I'm mindful. I'm practicing mindfulness.
The monkey steals the peach.
Claire.
Whoa.
Oh, that's 3D.
Oh, hello.
That made me talk.
What the fuck?
That's Saint Eliot. Peace be upon him. Molly, please.
Hey, Molly didn't do that.
What?
Molly, please.
Well, Molly, we sure do
Yes,
look healthy. We sure do look
Thank
healthy.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Look healthy.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
And Discord just
So
got
like
really
yoga
quiet.
and meditation.
You can
do.
find all my healthy looking pics in the NSFW channel.
Just look at those. Just look
Is
at
there an NSFW channel here too?
Yes,
Jesus.
Claire, you're a pretty girl too. It's okay.
Just look at those lovely mounds in the background.
You ever
Claire has
forget,
really
And the
nice
foreground.
tits.
you
Wait,
ever
there- wait.
forget what Claire looks like, she'll remind you.
Wait, there
Yeah,
are mountains in
I
that
will.
picture?
Uh-oh.
This is interesting. I'm not allowed to see the NSFW channel.
I can't find it. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. I found it. Hello.
You can't see it, Gus?
You've
Well,
been banned from the NSFW, Gus?
I think I have, and Christ, I don't know why. I didn't.
Is that
See,
probably
there's
because
a-
of where
there's a
you are, and
minimum
that they
age.
then let you see that type of material? Because you're
I'm
not
sorry?
banned from us.
There's a
From
minimum
our
age
end?
and then there's a maximum age. And Gus is just too old.
I think it's based on your average blood pressure.
Oh, I wanted
I'll let you.
Just
I will
isn't
let you.
seeing
Hey, you fuckers! I'll let you fuckers know I got the blood pressure of a teenager. Okay.
So do I.
Yeah.
Gus, I'm wondering if it has to do with the internet.
hospital
Let
with
this-
hospital.
the
It can't have to do with the
hospital.
internet because Discord is completely.
I'm not
Discord
talking
is-
about
is
Discord,
complete-
darling.
is
I'm
complete-
talking
what?
about the broadband. The broadband in the hospital. If they are
Yeah.
limiting the type of stuff that you're allowed to see within
Yeah,
there.
but that doesn't affect anything that's in NSFW. It doesn't. I mean, I can't click on it to go to the exterior link, but I can see it in NSFW.
Well, you're not from all the links. I mean, the roles that you have, you're not banned to see anything
Well,
in
maybe
there.
they just
so I
hid the
don't
damn
know.
thing. I don't fucking know.
If you click
But-
on the box channels, you see NSFW, but you just can't click on it.
No, I don't even see NSFW.
Okay, so you see
Completely
where it says unbox channels?
Where's Unbox now?
Scroll up.
Unbox Lounge, Unbox Only. Scroll up to Unbox Channel.
All the way to the top, unboxed
If you clicked-
info. The next one down, the next major
Oh,
thing is
oh
unboxed
my
channel.
God! There's a fucking.
Yeah, sometimes you accidentally close those sections.
You close the
without realizing
sections,
you've done
right.
it.
Just need to
Yeah.
open
Oh,
it.
without realizing
Okay,
the whole
there it is.
set, yeah.
All right, no problem. I was just curious.